All right, and welcome. We have a stream starting here. Me and my gruesome twosome partner, Mr. Sean Ross.
Hello, hello.
We're
Happy to
gonna
be here.
Awesome, yeah, and happy to have you. We're hoping to do some casting of some games. Spoilers on where exactly and when, but this is our first cast as a practice together, and we will be taking a look at Fior versus Fine in the Gotcha League semis.
Yeah, this
Uh,
should be a pretty exciting game too. They're playing on WTC terrain, which will be used for obviously WTC this year. We don't know the map, or we don't know the mission or the map number based on the map pack just yet, because it is not in English. But we're pretty excited to see how this one develops.
Yeah, I'll do you one more interesting. This is actually Gotcha League maps. While it does use the WTC terrain, I believe this is their own kind of setup for that terrain. So it's even more interesting.
Very cool.
But yeah, like Sean said, we don't know the mission going in. We're watching this for the first time, so we don't know what's going to happen. You'll see some stuff here. The one thing for what do you call it? Veteran kill teamers, you might see a bar at the top. This bar is hopefully going to keep track of who we think is ahead. So you'll see Fine with Phobos, he's orange. The bigger his bar is, the more we think he's ahead, and similar for Fior on Brood Brothers. So, with that said, I think we should just get started, and we'll see how well we'll be able to do this. Not understanding the players. Sound good, Sean?
Yeah, no, I'm really excited to see how this goes.
Yeah,
I love watching Fior's games, so this is going to be very entertaining.
yeah, I agree. So we're in deployment now, and we're seeing for Fior's perspective. We actually are borrowing this video from his channel. If you speak Russian, I think that probably a much better way to enjoy the games would be on his channel on YouTube. And it looks like Phobos. Looks like we're looking at just a couple of different where models can get to. I'd say it's a pretty interesting place for Phobos taking this side of the map as they have those jump packs. I think they can get really far off these vantages because they're, flying down with their jump pack ability. That should be pretty interesting.
Yeah, and it looks like the center ruin there that Fine was measuring around should be able to be climbed over, which, if that's the case, there's going to be some definitely one-sided threat ranges from the Phobos player. Having a 7-inch move and being able to hop over those walls is going to be very scary for Fior. He shouldn't be able to hide on those corners at all.
Yeah, absolutely. As we're setting up, it looks like Fior got a chance to pick side and is going first for setup, placing the plasma and the icon over here. This is a really interesting kind of map. I think you have to really think about exactly how you're going to hide all of these models. Looks like he took of course, the Magnus for leader. Well, actually, I see the Magnus and no, that's the leader. Okay. Yeah, so the Magnus, that's I think we're going to be seeing some early scouting dashes into this heavy cover to kind of ease the pressure of having to hide all these models on this map.
Yeah, and for anybody who's watching this on YouTube, we are playing pre-data slate, so the Magus from the Brood Brothers is going to have all three of their abilities active, which is ignore piercing, ignore injury, and ignore any APL modifiers, which are some pretty big changes to the matchup into Phobos, as they don't have a lot of piercing already, but they have access to a lot of stun grenades, and those are going to be essentially useless in this matchup.
That's actually really true. And that helps so much as you can hide your models behind very limited cover. Here, or heavy cover, here we have a little bit of heavy cover. I don't know. Looking at this, it seems hard for a Brood Brothers player to push past. Like, if we just take a look at the first, like the inch between 4 and 6 on the board on the blue side, man, that's not a lot of heavy cover past 4 inches on the board. You're just kind of stuck in no man's land. I mean, he's going to be able to stage maybe 4 threats or something. That's going to be hard.
Yeah, as somebody who's played this terrain set with 25 mil bases, those little outcroppings from the MDF terrain are going to be a godsend on this map. What I'm most interested in is what's going to happen around the mid, because it looks like that razor wire placement from Fior is, or from
Yeah, Fior, it does
Fine
seem.
is going to
Oh
be.
no, it is fine.
It is
Yeah.
Fine because it's over the center line. That's going to be absolutely mandatory. I'm surprised that Fine put that there. I'm guessing he's doing it because he's afraid of the Insidious turn one. Losing a Phobos operative to a Melta on turn one is just going to be brutal. And he doesn't want to have to hide in his drop zone.
Yeah, that's true. I suppose putting that there um, does help being able to push up maybe 1 to 2 Marines, kind of like hugging that wall directly in front of them now. So I don't know. Maybe you get some stuff. Maybe you get some ability to push up off of it. It is a surprising placement to me, mostly because I believe with the window there and with the door on the left, it seems relatively easy to defeat. But at least in the early turns. In the later turns, I actually think it's probably very easy for Fine to protect that door to not let anything into the objective. So I wonder if that might be the motivation there.
Yeah, what I think is going to happen is definitely that door on the ruin on his side. He's going to hide behind that L ruin with the vantage using the door there, because now he's blocked off Fior from getting in from any angle. The mid objective door that you see there on the ruin in front of us is going to be the big pressure point that Fior is going to have to work with. He'll be able to get models through there easily on turn one, so I don't see Fine leaving his drop zone on that side of the board.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think it'd be quite hard to do. Is there any ignore piercing on the Brood Brothers team?
Yeah, the whole team is going to be able to ignore piercing because of the Magus.
Oh my goodness. Oh, sorry. Ignore obscurity.
No, they don't have any innate ignore obscuring, but they do have a ploy that allows them to shoot through another model, just like
Mm-hmm.
Magnify from Higher Tech Circle. So that plus Insidious, plus the overwhelming number of activations means that I'm guessing that the Sapper is going to go up, put down a mine, and then be used to shoot through if he finds a shot. But I've also watched a lot of content from Fior talking about this team, and he actually likes to play them very reserved now.
Yeah. I mean, I think it makes sense when you have more resources than your opponent and you can better respond, just given the fact that, while someone's having to uh, add like 5 pound weights, you have like 1 pound weights, you get like, oh, I'll put 3 here and I'll put like 2 there. And your opponent is playing elite. So, like, I only have 5. So 5 go here and 0 goes. They have a harder time responding in kind with the exact correct amount of resources. So it makes sense to kind of slow roll the team and try to get those trades exactly how you want them.
Yeah, with this team, if you lose your value threats early, the game is over for Brood Brothers. They most of their good guns hit on 4s. They have great access to rerolls, but that's going to be about it. If you see there that mark that Fine just put on the board,
Mm-hmm.
clearly signifies that he's playing Plant Beacons this game.
Oh yeah, most likely, almost surely. Also, it looks like Fine is the one deploying all of his models first. So I think we had it a little switched, or I did, where it looks like the red player chose the sides of the map, which makes a bit more sense to me because it does seem like there's just so little heavy terrain for Fior here to push. It would be somewhat surprising if he was to choose this side.
Yeah, if I was playing as Fine, I would have picked that side as well. Looking at that L ruin on the home objective, there's going to be nowhere for him to hide on that
Yeah,
going into turn 2. If he loses initiative, he's losing a Marine to a Melta.
interesting. Now, one thing I'm seeing here that I'm wondering about is, do you think the heavy barricade might be too far forward placed from Brood Brother player here, from Fjord?
No, no, it looks like I'm able to count 4 squares.
Sorry, I meant like, yes, it's obviously legally placed, but I wonder if
Oh,
it's
sorry.
a good place to put it, even if you could.
What I'm thinking is that he's going to go for an Insidious, or not Insidious. What is that ability that they have? It is their equipment, Covert Guises, which
Oh, yeah,
allows them to use D3. Uh,
dashes.
Essentially, it's their full reposition. They just have to end within 3.
Yeah.
I think he's going to use that to get a couple of key operatives hidden behind that barricade.
No, that does make sense. I just wondered later in the game, I feel like the Phobos player if they ever get onto that home objective, they should be able to beat that heavy cover line. And so like it could be like it could be a what do you call it, liability later in the game. But that also assumes that the Phobos player is doing a lot to push past the center line in the center of this map, which I don't believe is the plan here, just given how Fine's lining up.
Yeah, it looks like he's running at least two Reavers. We've got the Saboteur or the Mine Layer there. Um, the Marksman, I guessing he's bringing the Vox Breaker. Um, and yeah, those Reavers are going to be doing the bulk of the work this game.
Oh, that does make sense. And you know what? The mine layer compounded with that door on Fine's left side, Fior's right. That makes a lot of sense because that's going to make this so hard to fight into for the Brood Brothers player. They're going to have to sacrifice. They're not only going to have to move up incredibly aggressively, but they're also going to have to sacrifice one model before they even consider or contemplate getting onto that objective.
Yeah, and knowing Fior, he's totally fine making that calculation. It's just going to be how it plays out, because I've seen him play this matchup before, and if the dice whiff at key moments, the game is very one-sided in Phobos' favor.
Interesting, because you only have so few threats that are credible, so to speak, from the Brood Brothers player. Is that the idea?
Yeah, they've only got a few sources of piercing, and you're dealing with 3-up saves, hitting on 4s, and the best you can get is balanced or double balanced.
Yeah.
He'll be able to stack a lot of those crossfire tokens on key targets really fast, really early. But those few things are going to make it very, very, very difficult, especially if the Vox Breaker's in a great position. Not having access to your rerolls on this team is game breaking.
Yeah. Well, and this might be an interesting time to contemplate our little bar at the top here. Right now we have about 50-50. I highly doubt anything would move past 5%, but just looking at the map, I guess we don't quite know the mission yet, unfortunately, because we don't speak Russian. But if we had to guess, just generally, who do we think has the advantage here? I would still say Brood Brothers, even though the map doesn't favor them. I think on a favorable map, Brood Brothers had quite a bit. But even on this map, they might be eking a little ahead simply because of their activation advantage and this pre-data slate, the fact that they're ignoring all of the piercing, which is a key way that Phobos is trying to push damage.
Yeah, being able to ignore the piercing and APL modifiers at the same time is going to be so huge into Fine's potential game plan. If they ran this post data slate, I think that would dictate how he plays his turn. If Fior ignores piercing, he's throwing stuns. If he ignores APL, he's trying to pierce them. And without that as an option, it's just going to be a lot harder.
Yeah.
But I also think with this map, it is definitely Brood Brothers favored. It doesn't look like there's a lot of places to hide, but all Fior has to do is wait. And he'll be able to get some pretty aggressive movement, especially with the fact that he'll have 2-3 APL operatives on turn 2, and the ability to essentially move 12 inches with one of them and shoot twice through them.
Yeah, I think that might be an interesting way I often think about teams is like imagine there was a completely open board with no terrain and you just had like heavy in your assume you could just like bring someone if you had to trade in the center and go one then the other then one then the other. Like it's not the most complex way to think about it, but it sometimes provides a good idea. And I think Brood Brothers is pretty up in this. So we see equipment and equipment. Okay.
Pretty standard, pretty standard.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think on this map, they're going to try and put as much equipment terrain on the board as possible. I think Fior's going to go for another one of his faction equipment there. So it looks like he's got cult talismans, which will allow him to ignore piercing. Or, I'm sorry, turn a normal success to a critical success after he rolls his defense dice, which is a huge way that Brood Brothers stay alive on the board.
Yeah, I think he might be maybe second guess. So we see a heavy barricade come out from Fine. I think that makes a lot of sense from what I'm seeing. Can't really imagine playing this without. I mean, maybe I actually wonder why not
I'm
light
surprised by that
barricades?
angle.
Yeah. Well, I think that's there to stop the shoot through the wall, but then if we're doing that, I don't know. I wonder why not a light barricade? I mean, you can take an obscured shot, assuming that you're outside too. I don't know. The ladder
Yeah,
here, that's really interesting. If we see
that's
ladders out,
awful.
yeah. Oh, 1 inch.
Especially because to be able to climb from both sides. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this would completely defeat a large part of Fine's strategy. He's invested two equipment, this heavy barricade and the razor wire, in trying to build a like kind of base or a safe spot in the center of the map so he can try to pressure that right side home objective. The thing about this ladder is it effectively extends the threat range of any Brood Brothers operative by 2 inches, and you can't move your equipment after you've placed it. So if it's 2 inches too far and you didn't think about something, then you're 2 inches within threat range.
Yeah, I don't understand the. I think he was just contemplating the ladders there, but I don't
Yeah.
understand the angle of that heavy barricade. It really leaves him open on that left side of the board on Fior's side.
Mhm. Yeah, interesting. I
So it
mean, I
looks
think
like he's
he's
not going with the ladders, and he's going to go with the cult talismans.
okay. That was interesting. Yeah, no light barricades, which I kind of agree with. I think, when your opponent has seek light and this board's so open with easy access to vantage, you really can't take light barricades in that moment. I think what this heavy barricade is trying to do is use that little nubbin at the end there to give him a like 90-degree cover angle. Um, but then also allow a very easy pivot that loses almost no movement over to the objective.
Yeah, but look at that cover line of yours drawing there. That's going to be
Yeah, yeah.
so easy for him to break.
Yeah, I think, and this is a limitation, I think, of TTS. I think they're trying to get it to a 90-degree angle, but the rotation tools are notoriously like in what 5 or 10 degree increments, and sometimes that's just like really annoying for where you want it to be.
Yeah, no, it's super frustrating. One of the reasons why I advocate for playing in person more than on TTS, but we're also dealing with some of the best TTS players in the world when it comes to the Russian community.
Yeah, absolutely. It's small things like I want it rotated 3 degrees, not 7 degrees. Doesn't matter until you're at this, highest level where you're trying to get the exact right kind of cover angle to make sure that you have good movement and to make sure that, no one can shoot you.
Yeah, and that's what I do appreciate about watching a lot of the Russian players is they're so big about intent that if that was something that they were considering and they said it to each other and it was a limitation of the software, they would just let it happen.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, looks like we have 3 dashes from Fior coming up. Yeah, that's going to be very
Wow.
hard.
Rolling a D3 on that is so good for him, especially because he deployed in that way. But I mean, he knew as soon as he picked the equipment how many dashes he had, so it's not like he's deploying operatives and leaving them out in the wind.
Yeah, true. It just allows a lot of forward momentum by the team. That's effectively a fourth of your team that you get to move up into a safe place. And that's just taking, here at high levels of play, man, these 3 inches, it's very common that half your team might not even move 3 inches out of deployment sometimes. And so to get that for free at the start of Turning Point 1, it denies even more movement here.
Yeah, I will say that not to brag or anything, but for both of us, winning our golden tickets definitely relied on learning that turn 1 and turn 2 sometimes means passing with models because moving forward means they die.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And when you get to move so many models forward here to start the turn, you're able to just make people pass and play more passively even more, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, and when they're in that position, and you might see that somebody's playing a little bit more aggressive than what you're used to, you have the benefit of being able to move back,
Yeah.
and that's just great. I think the big thing that's going to change on this game is where the track target is used, how it's resolved, and who decides to go on engage first. Those are going to be the big factors here. If Fine decides to smoke grenade and use track target, there's especially on one of those vantages, there's almost nothing that Fior can do about it.
Yeah. I think we're entering Turning Point 1 here, so we'll update the UI right there. I think we're starting to resolve from strategery.
Hopefully, they use their beautiful Killteam base table UI to let us know exactly what ploys they're playing. And then once we know, we'll be able to let you guys know in real time. But I'm going to guess that turn one is going to be a lot of nothing.
Yeah, I can't really see any strategic plays out from either side here. That would be somewhat surprising. Wow, the mine here to stop a window shoot.
It's also going to stop him coming around the corner or going through the door at certain angles, which I think is a good idea.
Huh.
He's not going to be able to stage on that wall. But at the same time, in this matchup, I really don't think that Fior is going to have a problem just throwing a Psychic Familiar or something on that point.
Yeah.
His goal here is to try and kill 4 Phobos.
Yes, 4 Phobos dead means that it's almost assured. I would say like 80% would need to know any other part of the board state. If I saw 4 Phobos dead by the end of the game, almost for sure Fior is walking away with a win. Um, yeah, this
Yeah,
is pretty interesting.
and we're lucky. We don't know who won this game. So as you're watching the bar at the top, if you're watching this on YouTube, try to guess along with us. Right now, I'm thinking that this is Fior's game to lose just because he's an incredible player, and this is a very open board and an almost one-sided matchup in that way if he's able to get some shots off. But I'd love to see surprises. It's always more fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And things can turn so fast with elite teams. I mean, the thing is if dice go how they should go, I don't think anyone would be surprised to hear that elites are falling a little bit behind in the meta. But the thing they have over many other teams is the pure consistency of their ability to save wounds, especially in shooting, but also in combat. Like, it's just quite surprising exactly how. And sorry, just a little more play by play. This isn't that. This happens a lot, especially if there's no timer. The first few activations and where some of these key tokens and key models get placed, turning point one, is so important. And, like talking about every single part of the intent of that mine, like how far does it go? How far right does it go? How far left does it go? If I place it here, can I actually do both of those things? Those first few activations, it can feel like you're kind of pulling teeth because it's going to affect the match for so long that it's very common for that conversation to kind of drag on at the beginning of the match. But that's part of playing by intent, and it's part of I think is a kind of integral part of high level kill team.
Yeah, it's definitely something that you get a little bit better at, especially if you play at tournaments in person, things like that. You're going to be into a position where you know that this has come up before and it's bit you or it made you feel bad because it bit the opponent.
Yeah.
So you just kind of say those things as they happen. But the beauty of TTS is we don't have to have those conversations. We can just declare it and figure it out in real time and discuss it and not move forward until it's done. So intent is still huge here, but with the tools that they have, they can play the cleanest game possible.
And now we're seeing where we can get the sniper to go on guard. I'm almost positive. I would assume
Oh
we're
yeah,
thinking about where's the sniper go on guard? Where does his buddy throw the smoke? To trying to figure out and talk through like, hey, I'm about to move the sniper, but like, or maybe he's going to move the other operative. But they're just saying like, hey, we both know both of these are going to end up here, so I'm just making sure we know it's going to be like this. Even though they have to activate one, then the other one's going to do the same. Because it's pretty
yep.
uninteractive choice for both of these activations coming out of Fine right now.
Yeah, they're almost mandatory choices. He has to get a Reaver up there to be in a charged position to threaten that side of the board for turn two, especially that window that you see there on Fior's side of the table. He really wants to hope that Fior pushes up in that angle into that wall. If he's close to the window, he's going to charge him. If not, he's going to move up and shoot. And
Yeah.
probably plant a beacon for free.
Now, this might seem like relatively early to start thinking about long-term parts of the match, but just with these three activations from Phobos, we're seeing a lot of commitment to an interesting playstyle to probably go for all three objectives. As an elite player, oftentimes you may only play for two. I mean, we could see I believe that's the Reaver Sergeant there on the far left of red side. We could see them completely pivot to the center, but I think they need that center objective, center vertically. So, like, I think this Phobos player, Fine, is thinking, how can I play across all three objectives? Which is a conscious choice you have to make into Horde sometimes.
Maybe. Now this is something I play more elites than the both of us. You still play a lot of elites, but I think one of the big things that's always a consideration that you have to do as an elite player
Mm-hmm.
is make it look like you're threatening or defending all three objectives.
Mm-hmm.
If you completely disregard those objectives early, especially with the movement that you have access to, it just allows the opponent to stage so aggressively on that side of the board that if one of your plans fails, you have no way to pivot. So I
Mm-hmm.
think what's going to happen here is that Fine's going to make it look like he's pressuring that objective,
Mm-hmm.
probably not go for it at all, given that there are 9 operatives right next to it, and then pivot towards the home objective. I think his game plan here is to try and be aggressive and take that home objective of Fior.
That would be somewhat surprising. Yeah, the middle objective, I guess, might just be ceded to Fort Fjord here. That,
I just don't see a way around it.
yeah, it is quite open. It is quite hard to fight in against, and we do see more of the equipment placement in the center. I will just say, really hate this for Phobos. Poor guys.
Yeah, yeah. This is a rough map. That razor wire is either going to be the thing that saves him the game or loses it for him.
And we're doing so now we start doing okay, what if I dash here and then move here? And this is the thing in Phobos. This is what you have to think about is the sniper is about to go on guard. As soon as that happens, you enter the no fun zone. And the no fun zone is you can no longer move dash. You have to think about every single action, and in between those actions, does the sniper ever have a shot? So if yours, I think right now thinking about can my leader make it here with does it have to be a move dash? And if the answer is yes, then he has to activate the leader now because he won't be able to double activate and stay safe from the guard otherwise.
Yeah, no, absolutely true. There's no consideration in my mind that that's what he's thinking about right now. He's definitely not a player that's going to get caught off guard. And when you're playing at a high level, that track target isn't something that you're expecting to go off unless you want it to go off.
Yeah.
There's never going to be a situation where it's an accident.
Yeah.
It's just at the same time, Fior has the bodies, so it's going to be an interesting thing where he could throw the proverbial treat out for Fine to take, and if he takes the wrong one, that could be game for him.
Yeah, and this is another big change with the matchup here is pre-data slate, you can still counteract after guard, which is huge. Post-data slate, this gets so much worse for Phobos because it's so much easier to be like, sure, we take guard, and then you can't counteract afterwards. So you only have one shot instead of two. Um, but with the game and the state we're playing with the rules that we're viewing right now, you cannot eat a guard shot. Like even in your wildest dreams, it's just not happening.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the game plan always for elites is you never want to be the first person to go unengaged unless you have a double kill.
Mm-hmm.
And if he doesn't have a double kill potential, then it's going to be really punishing for Fine here. Once he goes unengaged, that's it. Fior's going to wait him out and take his time picking apart that 1 or 2 Marines.
Yeah. And right now we're just measuring out charge distances. This is a pretty common thing, which is like Fior needs to understand where he can stage his model so he doesn't immediately get double killed first activation of turning point 2. The model we're seeing moved around right now is most likely the model that will move the farthest up the board next turn from Fine. And so there's a lot of discussion into like, oh, can you get here? All right, then I got to move this thing. Can you get here? Okay, well, then you got to move this thing. And so we're trying to figure out the state of the board, and that can take a long time because you need to know like you might have 4 or 5 like problems or issues that you have to kind of resolve. Like, could you charge this person? How far can you move if you go down the ramp? Stuff like that.
Yeah, especially with Phobos not having to pay any of the drop distance from these vantages, it's basically he's safe and he's seeing how far he can threaten. I think what's going to happen here is he's going to say that he can't make that charge, but if your position's anywhere near that window, that operative's getting charged. He's going to fight and kill them, and then he's going to shoot the person through the window.
And I just want to call out, like, this is the difference between maybe medium and high level kill team play, which is we're talking millimeters. We're like, yeah, I'm about 5 millimeters off on the left there, so you can't charge me, and then I'm barely on the window, so you can't charge me. And that's it's a game of centimeters or like millimeters. It really, really matters.
Yeah, and that's what I love about high level play is there's nothing unexpected unless you do something that is out of the norm. Everything here is expected. These are things that as soon as deployment was done, Fior knew that this was the game plan going in. There's no surprises here.
Yeah, and this is also why, like, honestly, I feel this might be, I don't know, maybe this is a controversial take, but I'd say most serious players will play based off intent well before they will play based off the state. Because if a hand is to move a model 3 millimeters, then it's, you're ruining the whole state of your game and your plan. And I'm not a surgeon, so things will get bumped and they will get moved way more than 3 millimeters. So playing by intent is the only way to really have a pristine game state. Because there's just no way to play the game where nothing gets moved more than 3 millimeters or something.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that that's the best way to be a good sport and play the game honestly is to just say, this is what the board state is. But we've all played people who try to find those wins. I think that's a medium level skill level player issue is that they will push those little angles thinking that that's how you're supposed to play because that's how you play in 40K. But in this game, so much of it is known. We know all of the factions. There's no surprises when you're playing at this high of a level that you've kind of built it into yourself to go, this is the intent. I'm explaining it to you. I am clear. You agree. We're not moving on until we agree. And that doesn't mean that you get to do things that you're not allowed to do. It's just you do it within the rules and say, this is my intent.
Sorry, one big thing I think we just saw is the icon bearer. We just checked the movement and was not able to make it onto the wall without taking a guard shot. And so that's going to be one of the key things is possibly we had an idea here where the icon may be able to move into cover. But now that we have the sniper on concealed position, maybe there'll be more people caught behind that wall than you might otherwise think.
Yeah, I think that's going to be huge for Brood Brothers in general is to do that. I'm wondering what...
Wow, the Magnus goes here to stop the charge through the port.
Is that possible to get up there without triggering the track target, though?
Great question, actually. I guess if he climbs through the port, the answer is yes, because you can dash, be out of visibility, and then move up. Wow.
Well played. Yep, he is just staying as far back as possible and blocking as much space with his 20 or 32 millimeter base.
Yeah. And this is to stop a charge somehow or a move dash through that port to come down onto his thing, and there's just no place to land.
Yep, except there, which is too far of a climb. That is a 5-inch climb.
And Reavers, but they always climb for 2, correct?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, but I think even with that, the fact it has to be a charge, you can't, you're not going to be able to drop and climb. I think that's what they're checking now. It's just, wow. It's pretty rare to be able to stop a charge with a model. It's one of the harder things to do in the new edition, going from second to third. But it looks like maybe it's possible here, which is gonna shut down a lot of that potential pivot to Fior's home objective. Because not only can you not
well, he didn't commit to the move. He just measured it.
Yeah,
so that's interesting as well. There is a shot. It is obscured, but the marksman does ignore obscure. Oh, no, it looks like he's in cover. It might not be from that angle. They'll probably pull out the tools.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's close.
I think, yeah, from that angle that he's in cover
looks like
no matter
in cover.
what.
Wow, looks barely in cover there. Yep.
Well done.
That is close.
It's definitely those TTS plays. Yeah, he's double checking here to see if he can get the angle, but no, there's no way. It's going to be maybe at the angle going up.
Maybe. Oh God, that's
nope.
Millimeters.
That is in cover. I think they might zoom in. The actual intersection point might just be outside of 1 inch. Yeah, it looks like it is.
Yeah, now we're seeing what can we do, what can't we do. I was recently playing a Russian player who let me know that they call this kind of move, they have like a slang term for it, which is the extended move where you go and TTS between 5 and 5.1, and they say that in a non-tournament game, everyone only gets one, or else it's considered bad form. And if you played TTS before, that'll be something that's quite, what do you call it, familiar to you. Like when you're playing
Oh,
TTS,
yep.
you're like trying to like 5.15. You're trying to get that last millimeter out.
Yeah, because if you just nudge just a little bit, it's almost
Oh,
like you
no
get a half
visibility.
millimeter.
That's no
Oh my
visibility.
goodness. Yep.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
that's wow.
He's still completely open, potentially, is straight ahead.
Sure.
It should be
Well, that's
possible
just
to
a
dash
move. Then a
shoot.
dash, yeah. Because then he has a dash, he just moves. He just needs to be able to
Yep.
do that one action and end. Wow, that's all right.
And he's not even committing to any of these plays. We're just confirming.
Yeah, we're just seeing what are the options available. And by the way, if you're the Phobos player right now, you're maybe a little sad because you're thinking some of your most powerful plays are being somewhat subverted. You kind of hope one or two of these things don't go off exactly how, your opponent plays them up. And then we just pass a trooper after moving it an inch. Great. Classic horde play. You just
Yep.
like you as a horde player, very oftentimes you benefit more from knowing the exact like what do you call it, state of the board. And then you just play as passive as possible, but as long as perfect information is shared between both players, then the horde player has enough resources to make better decisions, right? So you're just like asking all these questions, exactly how's this work, how's that work, and then you're like, all right, I move 1 inch and pass over to you.
Yeah. That's why we love chess clocks. Feel free to ask as many questions as you want on your own time. But these are some of the best players in the world. Especially the Russian scene. They're insanely good. I wish they were able to come to Worlds. There's some great players. And we're seeing what it looks like in these plays. And like I mentioned earlier, nothing that's going to happen is going to be a gotcha, even though it is the gotcha league. Uh, there's just going to be no tricks, no surprises here until maybe mid turn 2 or turn 3, when it's hard to analyze the entire board state all at once. I doubt that'll even happen. These are good players. This is what you expect.
Yeah, it really depends on how complex the board state gets in turn two. A simple state probably favors our horde player. As if they just start trading one for one in the center, the horde player is ahead. More complex it gets, the more crazy little Phobos tools you might be able to eke out. We'll see.
Yeah, even the best players in the world cannot quantify exactly what charge fight shoot looks like from every angle on the map at all times, especially when you're able to ignore obscuring.
Yeah, that's true. When it's only visibility based, it becomes such a different game.
And in this matchup, having 12 wounds means almost nothing for Fine. He is completely okay with this matchup. The Cult Knives are pretty terrible. They're 3 attacks on 4, 3/4 damage. There's essentially no way for Fior to one tap a Marine or kill them in melee unless Fine completely rolls nothing.
Yeah. Now this must be a contemplation of what might happen turning point 2 here, because I would be I would eat my hat if this is where a Phobos model ends up turning point 1.
Yeah, if he ends up here, he dies. Now, with that track target in place, I could see him going for it. What the calculation here is going to be is exactly who Fine decides to resolve that guard on for track target. Because if he chooses the wrong target, it means almost nothing. And Fior's got the ability to get essentially whoever he wants in that gap. I think he's going to dash up to that corner, move up to the window, and drop his mine through that window on turn 1. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, the bomber from yeah, that's an interesting one.
Because he can Insidious up to the corner, move to the window, and then just drop the mine.
Yeah, boy, oh boy. Drop and then what? Could blow up, right? Drop, blow up. Yeah.
He's not allowed to blow it up in the same activation that he drops it.
Oh, he blows it up on death. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, he can blow it up on death, or he can blow it up later.
Huh. Yeah.
He cannot use it in the same activation in which he charge, dash, or fallback. So that is where Insidious would be used if that's the play.
Right. So you dash it, you place it, and then you blow it up. Or
Yeah,
is that a compounding restriction? No, okay.
you dash, then you reposition to where you want to go.
Yep.
So you dash outside of your activation,
Yeah, on
reposition,
Insidious.
place it. Yep.
Yeah, place it. Okay, got it. Yeah,
And if
interesting
the
then.
icon's able to get up to that wall, he'll be able to shoot, then blow up.
These are some of the most important activations of the game. Just FYI, these activation 5 and 6 for Phobos at the end of Turning Point 1. You know, the only activations that might be more important than this is the start of Turning Point 2, where these models end up, what they have threats against, how the cascade of trading starts. This is what both players are trying to ascertain now. Problem is, one player is about to activate, most of their team. The other player is not even going to be half done yet.
Yeah, the big benefit that Fine's going to have here, and he's not able to abuse very well on turn one, is the fact that he can counteract as much as he wants. But going on engage in this matchup early just to rely on a counteract is basically asking to die.
Yeah. Wow.
That track target's doing a lot of work for him with that window. It's going to be. He's making a gamble on what initiative looks like for turn two at this point.
That's big. If Phobos just expends there and that's where we're ending it, that's really, really big. Because that's actually the most aggressive play I think we've seen out of Phobos this game right now. And the reason is because he's within 2 of that window. And so anything that goes to the window can now harass that Phobos on the right there. And yes, track target exists, but you never know. You're ignoring obscuring. You have all of these other things that might, your shot can just fail. You can be so low, like the other person has double the operatives, so maybe they don't care about losing one to a little gamble. And if they lose the gamble, they're one operative behind. Boo hoo. If they win the gamble, they're crazy ahead.
Now I'm wondering if Fine took the Incursor Sergeant, this might be the play to try and make up some space on this matchup, because he's probably very aware that this is one-sided for him as well. He's got to do something crazy to pull it back. As you and I like to talk about, it's those 80% gambles turning into 60% gambles, turning into 40% gambles, which is 80% chance of success. If it fails, now your chance at winning the game becomes even less. But if he took the Incursor Marksman, he's got it, or the Incursor Sergeant, there's a chance that he could reroll initiative.
And Cursor. I don't know. It's hard for me to tell with the models here, but I believe that looks like the Reaver Sergeant to me. We'll definitely see. But yeah, this idea of cascading, you need to be able to calculate what the game state is at. If you're losing 40% of the time, you make very different decisions than if you're losing 80% of the time. You need to know when you take big bets and why. And you need to know if you're ahead, you start playing as passive as you can while preserving your position. And then if you're behind, you start making crazy moves, but you make the best move you can in the spot that you have, even if it only has a 10% chance to go off. If you're 90% to lose, then that's the bet you have to make.
Yeah, I think we've had some matches like that where I was taking a bet on, if I roll 4 crits with this shotgun, I can kill a novitiate pre-nerf. And if I don't, the novitiate is back to full health.
Those are some good games.
I bet you enjoyed them.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh man. Yeah,
All right.
Go ahead.
No, it looks like we're closing up turn one. I believe that is a Reaver Sergeant, like you said, because it looks like we've got the Vox Breaker. I'm guessing that it might be the Sergeant behind that heavy barricade there. And if it is an Incursor Sergeant, then this is a risky play, but it's worth it.
This is. Are we move dash shooting? No, we're
No,
deciding if we
he's
can.
definitely measuring for next turn.
There are now 2 Phobos that are directly ready to be in threat range right now. This is what we've decided. The idea to put the Phobos there is actually kind of insane, considering, is it possible? No, okay. Is this a 3? Is this a
The
3
explosive,
operative blast?
the explosive is 2 inches and it's 2d6.
This is a 3 operative. There's no way we can place a model here, because if we lose initiative, the 3 operative blast goes off. The game is over. And I don't care if you reroll initiative. You cannot take these kind. This would be such a huge gamble.
Yeah, that is a Reaver Sergeant. He's at 13 health.
Oh my goodness.
I really hope that's not the play.
I mean, this would really be a that they. I can't imagine Fine doesn't see that. Okay, yeah, we move back. All right.
Oh, they had me sweating there. They had me sweating.
That was that would have been one of the plays you kind of, technically no. Okay, there's. Sorry.
Yeah, because the sapper with the explosive only has a 9-inch star range.
You know what? The heavy barricade is stopping the is that the Vox breaker, I believe, behind the heavy barricade, possibly.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, either the Vox breaker or the goodness, the Helix. It couldn't be the Helix out of.
No, it could be. It could just be another Reaver, possibly,
or a veteran.
Or a veteran. Yeah, sure. Yeah, it could be a veteran. Because I guess the Vox breaker is the one with the antennas actually to the left of the window there.
Right. Correct.
Oh man. Okay, here's the thing. So right now, the operative behind the barricade doesn't have visibility to the operative that's in front of the heavy barricade. That's important for blast. Kind of. It means that.
Yeah, but the explosive is just a marker that drops in his control range.
And it's 2 inches, you say?
Yes, it's 2 inches invisible, or not even visible. It's just within 2 inches of that marker.
Oh, unless there's fully intervening heavy terrain, which there would not be. There would be some part of that base. Yeah. Now we're trying to place it so you simply can't put the marker anywhere. All right. That's an interesting one.
At least this turn.
In fact, because of the new rule about completely intervening heavy terrain, we cannot place the marker on the side of the wall where Brood Brothers is, because it won't actually go through and hit.
And he cannot place it in control range of enemy operatives.
Scary. I don't know. With only 12, here's the thing.
Oh no, he can place it in their control range. He cannot place it while within control range of enemies. So this is tricky. He can still place it there.
This is just throwing good operatives after bad here, I think. I mean, dice can be dice, but even just a cracker nade, when you have, both these players have 3 CP right now. Yes, cracker nade doesn't say it has a relentless profile, but if you can kill operative at the start here, it can be worth the 3 CP, depending on what you see on the roll or whatever. All that is to say is, because cracks are live, with an operative with only 12 HP, this is exceedingly risky. Even if we didn't do the wombo combo of blasting 3 operatives, just even one being this, out in the open. We do see that it is not possible. Okay, so with this operative, we're stopping no visibility from being possible.
Yeah, I think what Fior's setting up here is the Insidious into what is that ploy? Ruthless Coordination. So I think what he's setting up is to put somebody on conceal as close as possible, so that way the track target can't be resolved, and then either his leader is going to shoot through them or someone else is going to shoot through them. But we're going to see at least -1 APL on that Reaver Sergeant if he stays there, and I don't know if Fine's committed to that activation, as he hasn't flipped his token. Yeah. But I would be shocked if some damage doesn't go through.
He may have,
because
yeah, go ahead.
No, in the position he's in now, if he doesn't try to do some damage on that Reaver Sergeant, or at least stun him, he's going to lose those 2 Brood Brother operatives on the door next turn.
Yeah. Absolutely. So we're seeing how far we can get. Do we have visibility to any operatives? And that head is just not where it needs to be. We are not able to get far enough to actually see anything. Even if the base can maybe be there, that head is just not going to be able to see any part of the enemy models here.
Yeah, well done placement by Fine. And those are those risky plays we were talking about. Sometimes you have to commit to something that looks insane on paper, but if you
Yeah.
position it correctly, it really does keep you safe.
I mean, safe, but for how long and at what cost is what you have to ask yourself, you know? I guess technically with some counteracts, we could maybe change the state here a little bit toward the end of the turn, but we are putting so many of our operatives in harm's way for next turn. Losing initiative is effectively saying goodbye to one of our 6 models. We would go to 7 activations down, you know?
Yeah, it's going to be how does Fine activate his first model on
Oh
turn
my
2.
goodness. He doesn't need to see the operative. He just needs to drop the token.
Yes. He can't explode it in the same turning point that he drops it, only if he
Sure.
does.
But if we end up with 2 Phobos within a 2-inch range blast of that token, it doesn't matter, right? Because you can only save one and the other one takes the blast.
Yep. And the Sapper's fine with dying as well.
Oh yeah. You can't wait for that sapper to die.
Especially if the Icon's able to get up on that angle. That means that not only does the Sapper get to blow up, but he gets to shoot as well.
Yeah. And I wonder if the icon doesn't have a move to the heavy barricade and then a dash to the heavy wall if we really need it. I think we're deciding whether or not we need it, but I think that could very well come up.
Yeah, I don't know if he's able to see it there. It looks like this is the angle that they were
Yeah,
waffling about
discussing. Yep,
earlier.
yep.
Yeah, but if the Sapper goes up first, then he absolutely has that angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he sees it. Or it's important for him to get the Icon up first. Maybe eat the track target.
Possibly. The icon coming up allows for operatives to eat track target but still finish their mission, so to speak. If they can move within 2 and then the track target hits them, they're like, okay, you want to see a cool trick? And then the icon ability goes off and they shoot anyways. And they would shoot uninjured because we have the leader, the Magnus.
Yeah. Having a horde team where you don't have to worry about injury is such an amazing, amazing benefit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it looks like he's able to see it now.
Yeah, now he's thinking about how would he do that. If he just goes through the door, takes cover, and then dashes, takes cover from the heavy barricade and dashes. All right, so as we're looking at this, Phobos has committed to all 6 of their activations here. Uh, it, they're still relatively committed to any 3 of the points, which is somewhat surprising. I would have, I would have guessed. Essentially, we're trying to. Yeah, I don't know. The more I
I
look
think what
at
he's
this, yeah, go ahead.
I think he's trying to keep him honest on that center point, like we mentioned, but
Yeah.
he's also in a position where he could very easily just start charging in over that wall and go for the home objective.
Yep.
It depends on the mission they're playing. I wish I knew the crit up. I
I
think that would
know.
make it a lot crazier.
We will find out.
If it's a
But
late scoring crit up, then just going for kills as fast as possible is going to be the play.
yeah, I agree. It is really interesting to see so many bunched up operatives.
Horde teams.
Well, I was
Well,
thinking
in this
from the
WT,
elite. I was thinking from the elite team. It's just so interesting to see. So, like, Space Marines don't want to group together so much of the time like this, especially versus Horde.
yeah, no. As soon as I said it, I was like, yeah, that's probably what he meant. And I think it's a huge thing of this WTC terrain. There's only a few lanes that are safe,
Yes.
and it's really going to matter here.
And now that we're looking up Medic, and we're trying to see what happens. Like, can I bet what we're seeing here is can they still complete their actions and stuff? And I believe the answer is yes. So if you medic someone, they can still continue their activation. No, They can't. I
No, it
can't
ends the
remember.
activation.
Okay, I can't remember returning like from second, third. Okay, so it would end activation. And we're just trying to Tetris out here. How are we able to punish this like bunch up play on the left side of the board with Phobos? Fior's thinking he may have an idea in hand already. He's probably thinking, all right, well, I'll just go here, and then if you kill this person, then I get the free action from, yeah, okay, here we go. So icon gets placed first, and the icon here, its main goal is two. One, it makes the charge shoot a little worse because he'll have to shoot. Fine will have to charge the icon most likely, and you don't really care if the icon dies as much. And then the other one is if we track target a ready operative, that ready operative still gets to do an action before they die. So move out, move within two, then you shoot.
Yeah, especially with ignore injury, it's basically free. What I'm wondering here is, I think that Fine's going to be able to charge that icon in that position with his Reaver Sergeant and shoot the commander. But the thing that's interesting about this matchup is neither one of those kills really matter.
Yeah. And you're like, okay, well, you killed my NPCs. Now what? That wasn't anything that I care. That isn't even operatives you need to care about that kill you.
Yeah, you're just slowing down crossfire tokens, but in this matchup, there is no slowing down crossfire tokens. You have 6 models.
Ugh, this is the Grenadier. What a brutal position. Just waiting for any kind of movement on the right side of that board, and then just punishing. All right, this might be where the fireworks happen if this is what we're thinking about doing now. What we're doing, yep. Okay, here we go. So we're moving up. We're gonna see how this shoot goes. I would assume as we eat attract target. Even if we die here, we still get to do an action before we're removed.
Do you resolve the track target here? It almost feels like you let it happen, but it looks like they're going for it.
It does look like they're going for it. Because we have a counteract follow-up, I don't see why not.
True. Great dice from Fior there.
That's unreadable. My goodness. Okay, so we have 2 hits and a crit. That's probably good enough, let's be honest. We'll see what we get here. This is Dev, right? If I'm...
Whoa!
Oh, that is almost worst case scenario. We were talking about 2 critical saves. That is not enough to kill this operative. With that, wait 1 second.
He's going to take...
Will he use the ploy to deal? No, it's not even enough damage to remove the operative. If he rolls perfectly for his ploy to deal more damage firefight. Wow. This is, I mean...
Sapper's going to die on a counteract and be able to shoot again. I don't think the icon works on expended operatives.
It does not work on expended operatives. At least there is that small solace. As we are now, I believe, what are we shooting here? A crack grenade, possibly?
Yeah, absolutely a crack grenade. With at least a crossfire token.
Oh my goodness, that's 2 crits.
Jeez. And a crossfire. You can see the red +1 above his head. That has to be a crossfire token.
Almost certainly.
Does he go for it?
Did we roll anything? Oh my gosh, we're just sticking with the crits. Wow, we're not sinking any more resources into this.
I would too. I'd be stacking those crossfire tokens for next turn.
Interesting. I guess 2 crits is pretty great. 10 damage going through is enough to injure one of these operatives, which will just cost a CP.
They still, yeah, they're going to be able to transhuman this if they save well, though.
What's that limited 1 profile on that operative? Is there any way this isn't a crack grenade that we're shooting right now?
I believe the limited 1 profile is the explosives.
I see. Oh, so whatever we're shooting, we're hitting on 3.
The demolition charge. It's the demolition charge.
This is 8.
It's 4 on 3s, 4/6 damage, piercing.
So this is 12 exactly. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I think if he rolled a crit there, he transhumans to block it.
I mean,
but the red dice are fines. The red dice are fines.
The red dice are. Oh wait. Oh, you're right. Oh my gosh, I got confused here. No, the red dice are the blue dice are fines. He's the
yes,
blue.
They rotated the board.
Yeah. Oh, so now he has to think: does he use transhuman to live on 1? No, to live on what? 4?
Yeah, it'd be
3?
1/1. If he saves the 2 normals, it'd be living on 1 because it is a 4/6
Oh, because
piercing
we
one.
targeted the leader. Okay, and we're Oh my goodness. Oh my
Yep,
goodness.
that's what he does.
That's
So it looks like
we're rolling again. What could this be for? Oh, it has blast. Oh my god, it has
it's
blast.
blast 1 or
Oh
blast 2. I'm
no.
sorry,
Oh no.
and it's a
Well,
range 3 weapon.
oh, not how you write it up. Okay, at least.
Hey,
Okay. We have
6
one
damage
crit,
goes
one
through.
hit. 6 is a lot better. A lot better.
One more is gonna get shot.
Oh my goodness. Okay, there's some mercy here we have finally.
And that was an operative who didn't have any crossfire tokens, so it looks like he should be able to just save this out.
Yeah, almost positively. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, what's the
you take
for
that.
himself? For himself?
Yes.
Oh no, wait, if he kills himself, he gets to do another action. But it cannot
Oh,
be shoot.
he did
But he,
exactly 4 damage to himself.
oh my.
A
Okay.
worthy trade to do 18 damage on turn
18
1.
damage on an operative and spreading those crossfire tokens, which is a key mechanic of the team, leaving the leader on 1. That melee threat is all but neutralized now. This has okay, we must move. We must move our thing. I think that gives us at least another 5% in the direction of Brood
I'd
Brothers.
say at least 10. At least 10.
It's a little early in the game, but yeah, that is
The sergeant's still going to be able to one-shot somebody in melee with the double resolve and still be able to shoot. They shall know no fear, so it's still going to be a full health Space Marine. But the track target's down. So that means that now we have full agency to shove that Melta up the board.
Wow.
I wonder if that counts as an access point.
Yes. It depends. The Gotcha League does have different
It looks like it doesn't.
rules. So it depends on how they played it. I will say in WTC it is an access point with accessible, but it may be different for Gotcha.
Yep, it looks like he is setting up to move up, keep that operative safe, and still be able to shoot using ruthless coordination.
Interesting.
He might just go for the kill.
With the ruthless coordination here, I don't quite see whom it might be.
I think we're going to try and take out the leader. The leader's still a threat.
Oh, for sure. I just don't know if we have visibility to the leader at this point.
He might just be hiding for next turn to force tempo.
This is the Meltagun? Man.
Yeah.
I mean, this is classic. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I mean, what he wants to do absolutely is charge the icon and shoot someone else. That's not happening anymore.
Yeah, that is. I mean, this is. I will say, blasting 3 operatives is pretty bad. Blasting 3 operatives with an AP1 weapon is even worse. It's just. Oh my gosh, are we going back again? Oh my. There's no way. Are we charging? Are we charging? Oh my goodness. Okay, there's no way for this operative to have 3 APL, certainly, right?
No, but he'll be able to ruthless into.
Oh my. Oh.
He'll be able to charge fight, kill the leader. Yep, leader dies. And then he'll be able to ruthless coordination into the full health operative that's within 2.
Well, a lot depends here on the fact
especially because he definitely blocked the visibility on that counteract.
Wow.
Well played.
Oh, just considering it. Okay, we haven't done it yet. He did bring out the dice, but we did not roll them. Brutal little combo there. That said, I think no, because oh my gosh, because they're on conceal, they can't swap. Oh my goodness. So there's only one operative who can shoot right now or charge. Oh my gosh. We'll say it's possible. It is possible to hide the other operative after killing the leader between the ruthless coordination, but it's putting you in a spot that you don't want to be. Obviously, you do not want to be Phobos right now.
Yeah, I'd have that knot in my stomach right now if I was playing as on Fine side, where you're just betting on dice and hoping that you can pull something back. He's probably got some kind of trick up his sleeve.
This is, and Fior has used the CP. I actually don't know what the CP was for. Maybe a reroll? Not
He
sure.
couldn't have used Uprising. He didn't use Uprising this turn.
I think we're just we're trying to get an operative. Oh, we're just trying to. Oh, it's even worse. We're trying to give an APL to the Melta so we can just charge, fight, shoot. I think.
Mm-hmm. Because he'll still be able to use Insidious with his leader.
Oh, don't say it. Don't say it. Okay.
Or Ruthless Coordination, I'm sorry. Yeah,
Oh,
it is. This team pre-nerf was so threatening, and they're still so good.
yeah. And this is what we were talking about at the beginning here is, moving more than 3 inches up the board. It can be really, really problematic. 3.1. You need to know exactly where you can be, and it's very possible these Phobos just got a little greedy with 1 or 2 inches. In fact, looking at the board, I noticed that all Phobos are outside of deployment, which is somewhat surprising on a map that is this open.
Yeah, I don't know where you move other than this. Maybe using that sidewall on the L ruin a little bit more, spreading out that way.
Yeah,
But the Razor Wire really boxed him into this playstyle.
yeah, absolutely. The razor wire, I think it's
If it
supposed to
were
be
me, I
cutting
would have
off these
turned it.
shots.
Yeah.
Mm,
Like I would have turned it to where you couldn't get behind the doorway that the marksman's hiding under, but still be able to charge from the other side.
yeah. All
Because
right.
when you have a 9-inch charge, you're in such a good position. Yeah, this looks like he's spending the CP on Insidious, or no, he's just going for the charge fight.
Yeah, I think he's just going for the charge fight here. I think he's decided not to do the APL because then we can move back the leader, preserve them. I think just removing the leader and then forcing the retreat with the other operative makes a lot of sense here. All right,
Yeah, and
let's
he's just
see.
making sure he's not visible.
There we
Yeah,
go.
that's all he needed.
Leader dead, and that is huge. This is turning point 1? Say it ain't
Yeah,
so. Say it ain't so.
he
Oh
didn't even know
no.
where to place him.
Ugh. That's
That's
because
heartbreaking.
traditionally you place the models that are removed near the turning point score here. And we're rolling. For
The shot.
oh, he was able to get a third APL here? Or no, because this is
No, that's
Phobos that
fine.
just rolled. Yeah, okay, for track target. Or not track target, but just Overwatch.
Is there an Overwatch there? I thought he was able to put himself in a place where he wasn't visible.
I don't know.
Maybe Fine was just rolling dice for fun there
That's possible.
to see what the fight would have been.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry, you don't have Dirty Fighter. Fine.
Why are we changing health?
Oh, maybe it was a heal?
No, we
That
just
can't be the
lost 2
Helix.
health.
Yeah, that is the healer.
Yeah, but the healer didn't take any damage, and then for some reason we're deciding the healer has lost 2 wounds. I'm not quite sure why.
I'm pretty sure he got hit by the blast and took a normal.
Nah, it was a 2-2-2-3, and then he saved it. So I'm not quite sure. Not quite sure there. I don't know. Well, leader dead, turning point 1. What do we think about this, Sean?
I think this is 75% in Fior's favor at this point.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think we
even
do have to move it a little bit because trading out all turning point 1 is bad, and then losing one of your best, probably second best operative for this match, on top of a blast and damage for others, it's
especially when all he's gotten is the sapper who wants to die turning point 1 for the amount of aggression that he's able to push through.
Oh, absolutely. Take that trade every day. This was the kind of trade where you say like, people sometimes play the like, well, I'll just kill team. I was like, well, I'll just do this. Well, then I would just do that. Then why would you just do this? That kind of 3 operative plays like, well, I'll just blast 3 operatives. How are they gonna win?
Yeah.
Oh, I
hate to see it.
Yeah, you do. And not only this, but we have a crazy activation disadvantage now, or advantage for Fior here. As we have what, 11 activations for our Brood Brother player, and
Yeah, he
5.
did. I think he's at 12 because he didn't take the Psychic Familiars.
Interesting. My goodness. Well,
Yep.
and so -1, right? As we lost an operative, we're back to 11.
Yeah. So he's up 6 going into the next turn, no matter what happens, which is crazy to
I
think
mean, hey, worst case scenario, he's only up 4.
about. Yeah, for Fine to have a chance in this game, he's going to have to pull off some crazy double kills next turn.
I'm not sure the plasma actually has to move up this much unless we see a shot here. Oh, sure. This is lax activation, so stopping any kind of retaliation here. And for some reason, we've elected not to dash away the operative here. That's somewhat
He's going
surprising.
for a Ruthless for sure.
Yeah,
He'll still be able to Ruthless back through the door after this activation. It's
I
after any
I
activation
guess I'm
or
wondering
Insidious.
why our Phobos player didn't simply move away this Phobos on 12 health. Oh, I see now. Wait. Yeah, okay, I see now. So this Phobos is full and healthy. And so the idea here is it can take a plasma and not die. Bold, bold strategy. I mean, but this is one of those bets. You know you're behind. What are you going to do? Maybe you say, I'll have to live a Melta, and that's how it'll have to be. I now understand that the healer was the one that took damage and then healed itself. I was thinking that this Vox Breaker was the one that took damage. Okay. But no, the Vox
Yeah,
Breaker is helping.
and this is also going to allow him to burn those Crossfire tokens
Ugh,
now that he's
on a
outside of the range.
plasma. Oh.
Oh, and he went hot.
Oh gosh, say it ain't so. Please tell me he didn't go. I mean, he definitely, almost certainly went hot. Again, we don't speak Russian, so we don't know exactly what's happening here.
We'll
That might
see.
very well be 3 crits. What do you even hope to roll here? Not a
Oh,
1, not a 1. Oh man. So
so
Fior, yeah.
that's 100% dead, even if those are normals.
Okay. I mean, if you re-roll it into a crit and then you transhuman for the low price of a 1 in 6 chance and 2 CP, you could maybe not be dead.
I think he transhumaned the last. No, he didn't with
He
his
didn't.
leader. That's why he
And
lived
this
at
is,
1.
well, this is what he has to be thinking right now, aka spiraling. At least if you were me, I go, gosh, do I re-roll this 1, look for a 6, and then hope to? I mean, I guess technically, even if he just has another save, he can transhuman and live. I feel like you have to. Like, it's hard to make these decisions when you're so far behind, but I really do feel like you have to live on just a little bit here, and you have to be sinking the CP. Oh, what's this? Oh, the
I bet he
hot
was
roll,
just seeing if he
possibly?
did. Yeah, that had to have been the hot roll. I don't want to assume a player's skill level, but my assumption here is that Fine was just not aware of Ruthless Coordination in the way he should have been.
Yeah,
Because
it's
this
very
was a
possible.
play that he absolutely should have expected, and he could have avoided it just by moving 2 inches behind that pillar.
Yeah, just moving outside too.
Yeah.
Okay, we're electing, I think, to. Oh, no, we can't heal because it's not visible. You know how I was saying these operatives are not visible to each other.
Yep.
I do
So he
not
can't medic him.
believe. Yeah, I do not believe he can be medicked. What a 2-inch move could have done. Oh wait, he is rolling. He is rolling. I see a dice rolled to a 6. Okay, so
Hey.
we live. We live on just a few. Okay, so we are at 5 operatives here.
And then he dashes back behind the. So he
Yeah,
wants to preserve his CP by burning the comms on turn 1. He's got such a lead now that he doesn't need the 3 ABL swing on 2 operatives turn 2.
yeah.
Yeah. If nope, it looks like he medicked him. Looks like they allowed it.
No, I think he just lived because he rolled a 6. Oh, okay, I guess they did allow it. Well, I don't
Yeah,
know about
because
all
they gave
that,
each
but
other -1
okay.
ABL.
All right. I'm not sure visibility was there, but what do I know? I'm just a dirty commentator for this match, so.
Oh, they have to be yeah, visible to and within 3 of the medic. He could see his arm. The medic
Oh, the
doesn't have to see
medic
them.
doesn't have to see them. Okay. Well, man, I am a dirty commentator. Look at me. Okay.
Hey, these are the simple things. Who uses medics in 2025?
So Fior down to 1 CP. Actually, I should probably put that in our little overlay. Sorry, it's the first time we're doing this. So Fior down to 1 CP. Sorry, that's Fior down to 1 CP, and then we have our Phobos player fine at 3, sitting it's sitting at 2 now due to a reroll. All right.
This is rough because he's going to take some more damage.
You think so? How so? Because he's on conceal behind heavy. There's no brain blast that's coming.
Oh yeah, he's just going to minus APL from that operative down,
just
either up top or down below.
Yeah. What's the problem with having 3 of your 5 living operatives have -1 APL? Is that a problem?
Ugh.
Should I know? Should someone tell me if that's a problem or not? Oh my
It's like playing
gosh.
Rekkas on Into the Dark. Oh yeah, of course he's going to minus the APL from the Reaver.
Yeah.
That was the biggest threat next turn.
Yeah, absolutely, especially now. Man. And we roll 6 and 5. What's happening? Can we shoot?
He's brain blasting the sniper. He is a valid target.
Oh my gosh, we move. Oh
god. And he does 6 damage out of a potential 8.
All right,
when that is a 3.
We're moving the bar down. We're moving it down, boys. This isn't going. This is not how you draw it up. Oh.
For anybody who doesn't know how that ability works, it's 4 damage immediately. When it's outside of 6, he has to roll a d6, and it has to be higher than the operative's APL. This is a 3 APL operative. He rolled a 3 once on it, so he got to do 4 plus 2 onto him, and then he rolled a 2 on the second roll. That is huge.
I'll tell you something that's
the max damage is 8.
More huge. Fior rolls 1 on initiative. Fine follows up with a 1 on initiative. Ties go to Fior, as our Phobos player went first last turn. So Fior has initiative, and with it, almost certainly the game here.
Yeah, I would move that bar all the way to 10%.
And just like that, first activation, turning point 2, and we're both evaluating this so crazy ahead in one player's favor, right?
Yeah, it's going to come down to how many activations that smoke lasts, because this game is well and easily in Fior's favor.
If it's me, I'm opening up with another Brain Blast into another minus APL, because having 3 operatives with -1 APL is pretty bad. It's even worse having 4 operatives with -1 APL. And why not? Yeah.
If it were me, I'd try to take that medic off the table as soon as possible, because he can still medic again.
Sure.
And with your Melta in that position and Pervasive, which allows them to jump over that wall for 2 inches, he's going to be able to get that shot off. And then it forces the tempo in this position where if he doesn't immediately kill that Melta with the marksman or the box breaker, then guess what? He's going to ruthless coordination again.
All right. Well,
the agitator going in for a charge.
It kind of makes sense. We just want to move this operative off the board without being able to get resurrected. So, I mean, I can see it here.
Yeah, that's such a better tempo play, because what it does is they can't fall back and do any actions this turn. So he's going to go for the kill.
All right. Oslo Pasta.
They didn't even play ploys. It looks. Oh yeah, they shall know no fear is up, and deadly shots is up for. And lethal assaults are up for fine. I'm assuming that Fior skips Uprising. Uprising seems like it's a good play. It's really not.
I think he does a dash, is what I saw, I believe. And we're at 1 CP for Fior at the moment. So.
The dash is a firefight ploy. So I don't think he played any strat plays. He may be Pervasive.
Okay, maybe Pervasive.
But Uprising is something that Brood Brother players actually don't use that often. It looks like we're going to update the operative count to 4 for fine.
4, and we are in fact in turning point 2. Goodbye, turning point 1. You're quite okay, and we have 4 Phobos left. And this can't be right. It can't be 14 to 13, right? It's
no, they should be at 12.
Yeah, 12 to 11. Okay, all right, that's a little off. Okay.
Yeah, because the Magus is one, and then it looks like he took a trooper, so that's 2 operatives. So they should be at 12 operatives right now. Yeah, there's no. It's very unlikely for Brood Brothers to ever be at 14. They'd have to take 4 troopers, which they can't do. They only get to do 3 selections from their tactical asset swap.
Yeah, max
So
13
they could take
operatives.
they could take 2 psychic familiars and 2 troopers, but that would be still 13 activations.
Well. What are we looking at here? What do you do? What do you do in Fine's position here, Mr. Elite Player? I do not know.
There's nothing. Absolutely. With the -1 APL on the Reaver that's on that Vantage, he's completely removed from the table. I think what you do is you try to play back, give points away as much as possible. Maybe he's not even in a position to score plant beacons more than once this turn.
And so for that, I think you just assume your opponent rolls all misses.
Yeah.
And you start just like, I'm going to kill this one, I'm going to be out in the open, I'm going to kill that one. And you just start removing as many opponent operatives, forcing as many dice rolls as possible. You know, we talk about oftentimes when you're ahead, you don't want to, you want to preserve by rolling the least amount of dice. If you are behind, you force rolls. You force your opponent to take, and this might sound silly, you force your opponent to take 90% chances in the hopes
Yes.
that they hit the 10%. Like, that's all you have here.
Now, and that's the other part that's really interesting about this matchup right now is Brood Brothers, when it comes to killing elites, they only have 3 operatives on the table that are reliably going to be able to do that. That's going to be the Melta, the Plasma, and the Magus. After that, their team is very, very weak. If one of them is low, the commander can come in with that power sword and take one out, but that's going to be it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, those crack grenades hit on 4s, even with crossfire tokens, that can be a little bit of an issue. We still have all 3 of those operatives alive, though. So we still have
But
to. We have 3
we've
threatening
lost.
operatives, and we have
Yeah.
4 Phobos left.
And we've lost our box breaker, which is our biggest tool in this matchup.
Oh, and just a small detail, over half of our team is -1 APL. Or no, exactly half of our team is -1 APL? Yeah.
Yeah. This is so rough.
Yeah, it is. Just checking. We're seeing if we can be countercharged here. And okay, so
Looks
if
like
you're
that's going to be a
Fior,
no.
if you're Fior, what brings you to a 90% favorability here? You know, how are we not just like 60 or 70? What's really pushing us to these ridiculous lengths of that past 70% certainty? I would say
Yeah,
activation advantage. I would say the place on the map that has the most play, we just lost 2 operatives. On the right side of the map, so many things are locked down for the Phobos player. This right side kill box over here, pretty hard for them to fight into. The most dynamic part of the map only has 1 living operative, which is the medic right now. You know, right now we do see the sniper down and in the center, but they haven't activated yet. That's not where they're starting the turn. And so you have 3 operatives in the least dynamic part of the board. You don't really have a great way to fight up with any of them. And then the part of the map where you actually want to be pushing your advantage, everyone's dead.
yeah. And then the other part that has to always be considered is at this point in this matchup with 4 operatives alive, one of them at 6 health. Fior can basically play passive and just start charging, whiffing most of his dice. If he's able to hit once, maybe twice on every single one of those fights, he still wins this game.
Yeah, so true. Yeah, because not just that we have 4 operatives, it's that those operatives are not exactly healthy. 2 of them have taken damage. You know, they're not full. One of them is behind a door, hard to move out of right now for that mind layer. And then the other one is -1 APL. So they just don't have a lot of ways to really pressure the board. Either your operatives are -1 APL in a bad position or heavily injured. You know, pick one. And it's not great. All right. I think we're deciding to move almost certainly double shoot. Oh
Yeah.
no. Oh
Well,
no. The
-1
melt is
APL.
shooting back though because of the icon.
Yeah. That's what he's telling him is if you go for that
Yeah.
shot, the Melta's going to shoot you back. And at 6 health, all he needs to do is roll a crit.
Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. You still take it. I mean, there's no way you don't take it. You hate to be told that, but you can't not. Like, if you see a double kill here, and it's on, and you must. Here's the thing: early training point 2. One of the things you always have to do: interact with ready operatives when you can. Like, you want to remove ready operatives, and then you want to get double kills. And the only
Yeah.
place this operative might move on the board to do either of those. Oh, I see. And so we're seeing if we can find a spot to just shoot these outside Melta range. Sure, you know what? Fair.
Yeah, I think what he's going to do is go up, plant a beacon, and shoot.
Man, I hope
Especially
not.
because you have to assume that his primary is beacons.
You do have to assume it, yeah. Yeah, you probably assume plant is the tac op, and then primary is tac op, right? So not only is
Yeah.
he running plant beacon, but most certainly he's hoping to get the most points from that tac op this game. And so
Well, and you saw him pre-measuring some of those beacon positions, like one through the window and then one on top of the vantage,
I'm
if that
just
would
like,
work.
he does have beacons on the map right now ready to place them. So yeah, I'm pretty sure he's playing beacon.
Yeah, and it's the only, if you aren't aware in this matchup, it's the only thing in your control as the Phobos player for the primary op. And almost always at a high level, you're going to go with the thing that you can control the most as your primary op. There's absolutely no way for him to win on the kill grade here. It never was an option unless Fior completely made a ton of mistakes or his dice just completely left the game. And the crit op is just not possible when you're out activated by 6 models.
Yeah. You know, I can't help but think we might be trying to get a double shoot here, but yeah, especially for moving backward, almost certainly double shoot. But
Or
I
a shot and
wonder,
track target.
yeah, maybe shot track target is better here. I don't know.
I
Tracking
think it
target
is.
with this operative when it could just be brain blasted again, though, it's a
It's
hard
always a
sell.
risk, but you got to move out to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it looks like he's jumping behind that wall for, is to make the brain blast impossible from that angle until somebody moves.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That is true.
And that's the other thing that you've got to consider when you're playing at high levels and you're abusing guard is you never want to go on guard in a position where somebody's first activation can be response. If they can resolve damage on you as their first activation, they're going to do it and eat the guard because they've already gotten every bit of value that they wanted.
Absolutely, especially if it's a horde team. You can maybe consider it sometimes versus elite team or elite into 8 operative. Whatever, it can maybe get weird, but even then, most likely not. But if it's versus horde, yeah. The threat of, well, if you shoot me, then I'll just shoot you back is nothing. That's nothing versus hordes.
Especially when you have an icon on ready operatives, guard is very, very, very dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just thinking, is there any value we might get from that icon? I don't think so. Could chuck a stun grenade, I suppose, but that operative's already stunned, so yeah, no, not really. Well, you like to see that?
Oh my goodness, that's great.
That's 3 crits, and I believe a hit. 2 saves? That's not enough. We'll say goodbye to the Melta.
Yep, worthy trade.
Maybe. That Melta was still frozen for 1 or 2 activations, and so, you're killing an operative that technically not sure could have gone, and so this is something I delved with a little bit when I was playing Inquisition, just for some practice games, trying to understand the team. So I very often query or whatever to do the thing where it's like, hey, that person can't go, and then
Denounce.
denounce, and then very often being a bad new Inquisition player, I would follow up by killing that operative, and that's what they call not good. He elects to throw the smoke instead of tracking target.
Yeah, I think that's the better play here because he's still got the counteract.
It's okay, sure. Still is the counteract. I don't know.
And it removes the piercing.
Yeah, absolutely. Still does not remove the brain blast, I will say.
Yeah, that's going to be the big danger.
Now we're just fighting with combat support. We're like, okay, let's go.
What is that, the veteran? Trooper.
Nope,
just a regular trooper.
Just a regular
trooper. So 3 on force.
Or 3 on 3s, right? Because of combat support.
No, with combat support, yeah. But still, the trooper's going to be able to hit him twice and then die.
Now, are we hitting twice or are we implanting is my question, because we have not yet revealed tac ops, and so I wonder if this is the idea.
I'd be shocked if he wasn't playing a security talk up on this map. It's so good for him to play take ground here.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't know how it's going to go. It's possible that Phobos is way more passive and tries to resolve that, but we will see.
Yeah, either way, what happens is the Phobos player takes 7 damage, the trooper dies.
Yeah, because we have 3 hits. Absolutely. And they're just deciding now. I think what he's deciding is if he wants to do the extra damage on hit. No, that's not a Phobos thing in combat, is it?
No, it's only when shooting.
Yeah, I wonder what they're trying to discuss here. If he wants to parry or not. Which I don't think changes anything.
If he played Cult Devotion, maybe. But I would be shocked if Fior played Cult Devotion. That ploy is very bad.
Going down to 3 health.
Yep, on a -1 APL operative that cannot run away, so he's going to get charged and killed again by what looks like the veteran back there.
I refuse to move the bar lower because I'm going to hold out some hope for Fine here. But
yeah,
orange
dice
is
can
a
always
sliver.
be dice. Yeah. We're in that place in fighting games where you have 1 pixel left, and maybe if you parry and play like a god, you can win. Don't drop your combos. But this looks pretty impossible, especially when you're now at 2 crossfire tokens on a 3 health operative that can't fall back.
Oh, you hate to see it. Okay, we're what, charge fighting? Oof.
That's all he can do.
Oh, man.
He'll get to plant a beacon for free when he resolves that, though, or before he does it.
Sure.
The mine layer's basically been turned into a crit op monkey this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Not knowing what it is, I assume it might be loot or intel or something, where we're just like doing a mission action on the objective and planting a beacon. Not sure. But...
with how aggressive they're playing, I'd have to assume it's something like intel. This is what I would do if I was playing intel, where it's scored at the end of the game, is just front load as much aggression as possible. And when you're the horde player, you've got so much time, if it's not loot, that you just want to kill ready operatives.
Heck, I mean, the mission doesn't even matter. Like, Fior sees a 3 operative blast. I don't care what the mission is. I don't care what my TACOM is. I don't care what the primary I picked is. I always take a 3 operative blast into an elite team with AP1 weapon.
Absolutely. Now, I will say that in a tournament, it is important to try and get as many points as possible. But
Sure.
yeah.
Absolutely. So this is a single elimination bracket they're in at the moment. So winning is winning here. So
oh, perfect.
Yeah.
I'd love to see brackets like that as well, because I think that is the best way to play Killteam. Don't worry about your tournament strength of schedule. Just play the game and go for wins.
Yeah, I mean,
the best way to win is go undefeated.
Hey, if the undefeated player gets the prize, maybe the tournament was well organized. All right, that's my new. It rhymes, so it must be correct. We got there.
To be fair, you're a golden ticket winner while still taking a loss, so clearly strength of schedule and victory points matter.
Well, you also have a golden ticket while taking a loss, so what can I
say? Both of the ones that we have gotten, our team didn't lose.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I'm sorry.
I thought we were just being incredibly pedantic for no reason. So I didn't realize.
I was making a point that victory points matter.
Absolutely.
If you're paying attention there, Fior did hover over his tac op, and it looks like he does have a security tac op. I didn't see which one though.
Okay, got it. And yeah, so now we have
it's almost assuredly secure center or take ground.
So Fine is just charging in, trying to. So we actually fell back for 2 APL, wasting the whole activation here.
Probably staying on engage. I dislike it. Or he's going for the counteract heal, but
yeah,
it doesn't matter.
The counteract heal, but yeah, that's not happening. I mean, yeah, we lose this operative, and that's.
You're able to see the CP. Did Fior spend any CP on this activation?
Just did, yeah. Spent 1 CP.
So he insidious into a charge.
Yeah.
Because at this point, I'm assuming that Fine just doesn't know the Brood Brothers matchup as well, because he had to have considered that, or else he would have fallen back further, or he couldn't have because he was injured.
Yeah,
but he played no fear.
Okay, how about 3 crits?
He could have fallen back through the door. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I think. Well, also, at some point you might just kind of like. Yeah, might be that time. Might be that
Yeah.
time. Getting tired, boss. Getting tired. You know what I mean? Like,
get real tired. Sun's getting real low.
yeah.
Oh, this is so rough.
Yeah,
Andy's
absolutely.
put himself in a position where he can't get the charge fight kill, but he's also only got 2 APL
Yeah.
or
Boy,
charge
oh
fight
boy.
shoot. Yeah, I mean counteract shot, I guess. But then ruthless coordination still a thing.
Oh, say it ain't
It'll be
so.
obscured.
It will be obscured, which is kind of crazy. I mean, keep in a minute. Well, sorry, I shouldn't say that. Not a not a completely losing set of activations.
Yeah, we are down to 3 operatives to
Oh
10 at this
yes.
point.
Thank you. Thank you for keeping that. Okay, so 3 Phobos, my goodness, to 10 Brood Brothers. Yeah. And we have crit op for Fior is our CP for Fior is now 0. And I think we are, yeah, we still are floating 2 for fine. So, you know,
There's
if
not
you
much to spend
if
it
we look
on
at
at
the
this.
scoreboard, actually they're pretty even. You think about that? Actually, kind of an even
True.
game right now.
True. If we don't count the kill op early,
We don't count
technically Fior is up 1 point to 0 right now, or 2
from
points to 0 for kill op.
for kill up. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, to 0. No, is it 1 now? I think it's kill up.
It
Yeah.
should be 3 operative on a 12-man team.
Oh, you hate to see it.
Yeah. Let's double check. It is 2 operatives, so it'll be
Okay,
2 to
so
1
2 to
right now.
1, 2 to 1 on kill up. That's
Terrible.
something.
Feeling really bad for Fine here. We're rooting for him. And of course, our commentary is no judgment on player skill at all. This is
No,
just how
not
the
at
game
all.
goes sometimes.
Obviously, we're also seeing a crazy string of interactions from a Horde team with a ton of operatives, and this is why Horde performs so well at the top levels. Is not only do they have some powerful profiles, but they exert so much control over things that are so hard to see so much of the time. It's like, oh, you forgot I could shoot through this operative. You forgot about this dash. These are the things that every player deals with.
Yeah, and Fior is the best, one of the best Horde players in the world, period, and probably the best Horde player in Russia, I would say, especially with the amount of titles that he has under his belt.
Yeah, very
He
possible.
almost, I mean, the entirety of last edition, it was Brood Brothers and Pathfinders for most of his games. And Vetguard.
And I was about to
So
say, and Vedguard. All right, so we
he's
are
just
able
a god.
to at least dispatch this operative with not too much. So we
Yeah, he's
plant
going
a
to take
beacon, we
5
shard 3
back.
hit.
Or no, 4. The Agitator, I believe, is 4/4.
Okay, well, we are down to definitely 9 Brood Brothers operatives, so we're in single digits now, at least,
Yeah, the Agitator is 4/4 shock, so he took 4 damage for that, which is not great. Or he used the CP to double tap?
Yeah, it looks like he has used the CP to double tap, so we're gonna -1 CP from our Phobos player down to 1.
And then he set himself up for a counteract shot. He's given himself another crossfire token for that fight. And he did the free plant beacon.
Yeah, free plant. So that means we're at 1 tack off. All right. Well, they're
Like I
tied.
told you,
It's
he
2
could
2.
just start
This is
charging
fine.
in.
Yeah. And now we're just charging in. We're just taking off wounds as we, whatever, willy nilly. Honestly, I don't hate the idea of just charge passing here, to be perfectly honest. But charge fight's also perfectly workable. I don't know. Charge pass here might go kind of hard, to be perfectly honest.
That would be the Horde play.
We charge. Looks like we fought.
Especially with the counteract, you'll still be able to get some damage in. Or that could have been he was just using a proxy model for something.
That's fair.
I don't think the Icon's going to be able to make that charge on that window. So he's probably just moving up for a Ruthless. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, then we get to shoot. Well, it doesn't matter which one we shoot, huh? Because they're both within 2, so no matter what, we get a great Ruthless.
Yeah, because he'll be able to resolve it on the next activation, so he'll get to do it before counteracts.
Yeah. Oh, right, of course. Ugh.
And he's putting himself in a position where he is not visible, but he can see the shoulder pad. So now he can resolve it whenever he wants.
Now that is a relatively high level play. I would say these are like players who only like are willing to do intent, and once you settle in to knowing that, people have a good understanding of the game, this like head to shoulder pad I would say is a great and fun thing to play. And I would only play it with someone who I think understands Killteam very well. I would
Yes.
never play this if it was the first time they experience it. That's kind of my rule. If I'm like, my head can see your shoulder pad and your head can't see me. If your player says like,
Yep.
"What?" You're like, "Never mind, that's not happening."
Yeah, we don't do this to our friends at Casual Kill Team Thursdays. Please be nice to people, be a good sport.
I will say,
But at high level play, you should expect this. This is how the game is played, and this is how you win.
yeah, and it's fun. I honestly think it's a lot of fun to play like this. But yeah, it's just okay. Actually, throws a crack instead, which is
Yep.
interesting.
With 2 crossfire tokens, there's no reason not to.
Yeah, and we have 3 hits. We're saving on 3s, 2 dice. Let's see. We want to make both of these if we can.
Come on,
Okay.
there we go.
Well, we are living. We're at 9. I mean, this is what you have to do. You have to try to nickel and dime your opponent. You have to assume their dice go wrong. Our crossfire tokens are now off of us. We have taken 9. 9's
Well,
not
what's
0.
funny is he used 1 and he puts another one on him because he survived that shot.
Great.
So now the plasma is going to have 2 to use.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and going back to our point about like these small minutiae and intent, I absolutely agree. This is the most fun and how Kill Team should be played. And honestly, any experienced player who's played a long time and has a problem with how this system works is probably not very good. They just play a lot because this is the best part of the game.
Different strokes for different folks, but for me, I agree. I think the small little things and the tactical movement, it's a little Counter-Strike. It's a little what's that alien game? The turn-based alien game, Homeworld, not Homeworld.
Oh goodness, yeah, I know which game you're talking about,
XCOM.
but I can't. XCOM.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. This is the skill expression that Kill Team has.
Yeah, right. And you go so deep here, and it gets incredibly fun, in my opinion. Okay, so what do we do with our last ready operative here if we're Phobos?
I think we're looking to plant a beacon.
We already planted a beacon, so we're moving all the way out to plant a beacon. My goodness!
No, you can still score 5 on the tag op if you sacrifice the point here. I think what you're trying to do is remove that icon bearer before the Insidious. Or the Ruthless Coordination. I keep getting them both mixed up. The Ruthless Coordination, because the Plasma is going to be able to shoot that Reaver Warrior before counteracts. So he's got to do it now.
But don't we have the coordination with that other operative as well underneath the Vantage? Like, it's just kind of darned if you do, darned if you don't here. Unless you can remove both.
That shot through the window might be not visible, depending on the window rules for the league.
Got it. Let's see what we got here. Okay, that's 1 save. That's just not good enough.
Yep. Icon is removed.
So we're 5 models down, actually, from what I just saw. So that brings us to 7?
Yeah, it's going to depend on the visibility rules there, but now the Plasma can just move up to the doorway and do it from there.
Yeah, and then we also have a Brain Blaster coming.
Yeah, into the Reaver Warrior. Now that there's no threat on that side of the table, he's just going to move that operative right out into the open.
Yeah,
there's
absolutely. We're about to pass the critical thing we said, where if 4 Space Marines die, 80% chance, even in good odds, that Fior is walking away with it. But I'll put it this way: if there are 4 Space Marines dead, turning point 2, 20% chance for Fine to win would be pretty high.
Oh, Fior's out of CP, so we don't have to worry about a coordination.
Oh, that is true. Actually, coordination is not live. Are we charging for that power sword charge we were talking about? It's not power sword.
No, I don't think he's going to be able to make that. That's a 2-inch bubble. Yeah, he's not going to be able to charge him.
Not chargeable.
I think he's going to throw that second crack grenade.
Interesting. I guess this makes sense. You want to see if these you want to get perfect information before you do your Brain Blast, right? Well, which is what exact rule? I always forget the name of this thing on the leader.
It's a valid target. Yeah, it's his mental onslaught. It's outside of 6. It's a 4 or 2 damage instead of 4. Then you roll a d6. If it's higher than their APL stat, they take an additional 2 damage, and you keep doing that until either 8 damage has gone through or they've failed the roll.
I see. So that's actually
If you're within 6, it's 4 damage, and then 4 damage on the subsequent roll if they succeed it, and then it's over.
I see.
But
So
it can never
always
go
not
higher than
safe.
8 damage.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, to score 4 is a coin flip. Score 6 is. Yeah.
But it's based on their APL. So the
So
play
it's a
with the
minus
Magus,
APL.
because he's 3 APL, he's going to move up. He's going to minus an APL and then do it, which gives him a 66% chance odds on every single dice roll.
Okay. Well, you don't say. That's pretty bad. I mean, you would love to be. So Fior is just trying to figure out how is he going to spend the rest of his resources correctly to remove 1, if not 2, Space Marines. He knows, almost certainly, he knows he only needs to remove 1. He knows the brain
And he brought the
blast.
grenade. He brought the launcher instead of the sniper, so he's still got another piercing option.
Yeah, true.
With crack grenades, that brings the total up to, what, 5? 5 piercing weapons this game. Or 5 piercing shots minimum, 3 that can be repeated.
Now
That's insane.
You're not wrong. What if I told you started with the blast on 3 operatives that all had AP1? So this is an obscured shot that's just not going to be able to do enough without an APL to boost and dash. I think even with a dash, we're not making it. It is still piercing. You're right. We do have, 2 crossfire tokens. We're hitting on 4s. So odds are 1 goes through even after saves, I suppose. But
yeah, and the commander, I believe, allows you to have a crossfire. No, the commander, his is to just give out crossfire tokens in the strategic phase. I believe the agitator's dead. So
yeah, and this is this activation that Fior's on, by the way, is the most important activation for Brood Brothers in the team. And the reason that is because there's 1 more ready Phobos operative. Did I get that right? We saw that one behind the door there.
No, he is out. This is the first one before counteracts start. So this is the most important one.
Okay.
The mine layer planted a beacon, interacted with the objective, or it looks like he planted a beacon, moved, and shot.
So it looks like we're taking an obscured shot. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Crossfire tokens, we decide to use both of them.
Yep. We're just trying to get through as any damage as possible.
Yeah, because we want to brain blast anything we get through. I think they're hitting on 4, so those are 2 misses.
Yeah.
That's only
yeah,
one
almost
hit.
Nothing on the team goes on 3s.
Yeah, and we save it. Okay, so no damage through. Now that isn't the main threat, and we don't care about it as much as the.
But he does get another crossfire token.
But he used 2, right? So he's at 1 crossfire token.
He should be at 1.
Yeah. Okay. Now we're taking a shot here, probably doing deadly shots or whatever the equipment is for minus. Well, no, I don't know what he's doing. Ugh. Why not 2 misses? Man, oh man.
That's all he needs. Crit and a hit.
Uh-huh. Well, okay.
Yep. No saves.
No saves.
They save on 5s.
Okay, we're the Brood Brother player is at 6 remaining operatives. Am I getting this right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey, they're technically both at half here, which is somewhat surprising. There are more threats to be had for the Brood Brothers player. This is somewhat the I want to call it the trap or the place where hordes can lose some ground.
Yep, because elites that ignore injury are still deadly until they're removed from the table, and with counteracts being an option, because Fine gets to actually use all of his counteracts, he's still very much a threat.
Yeah, and so now a passive move, probably to do a mission action over here.
Luckily, track target cannot be used on a counteract.
Yeah, that was even that's from a while ago. Yeah, I don't know. This is some interesting stuff here.
The Reaver isn't a threat anymore, so I think that he's going to be a little bit more brazen to try and remove him from the table. There's his veteran, who usually stays by the Magus because he gets the free get down, Mr. President, but at this point, the Magus is not in any danger, so yeah, he's just going to go up and tap the objective.
Sure. And we're so this
maybe they're playing secure.
Yeah. Great minds think alike.
Yep.
We need
Yeah, I
to.
think that last activation, he's just going to go out and Brain Blast or do it early. There's no. I mean, at this point, like we talked about, Fior's in such a lead right now, he needs to not play risky because if that Brain Blast doesn't get a kill, he's losing two operatives, and one of them being his Magus
Yeah.
next turn from the Mine Layer.
Yeah, for me, I would just be thinking about the plasma taking a shot obscured into either of these operatives, probably the one that doesn't ignore piercing, and then brain blast follow up. That would be my initial thought.
Mm-hmm. It's just how does he get that Brain Blast position while staying safe? What I would do is honestly move Dash around the side on the outside, take that full flanking position because he doesn't need all three APL to do things. His Magus could basically force a tempo position where he's almost completely removed from the game unless you go chase him, and that's where he wants to be.
Yeah, and I suppose a lot of this comes down to there must have been an operative that charged in and did no damage to this Reaver Warrior over here. And that's really changed the tempo. Charging and killing without doing any damage is a huge tempo swing to the point where, I don't know, I'm starting to be tempted. Are we moving this bar back a little bit? Are we not at the brink here?
I
I
think we're
feel,
at a 60 or 70-30 right now.
yeah, something
Depending
around
on how
here.
the end of this turn goes, it could go back to 60-40 or even a 50-50 swing. If Fior gives up a counteract shot, he's in a really bad position.
Yeah, I agree. And if Blame Breast, if the with Mental Onslaught, there we go. If Mental Onslaught goes off, I'm not sure exactly how we continue this game with it being. And he's trying to
Yeah,
find a cheeky angle here to be safe and -1
I don't
APL
think
and
that's
deal
it.
damage. But
If
I
it were me,
don't
I'd go
know.
around the outside edge there on that right side, completely on the side of the board. It's the safest position to be able to do it.
Yeah, I just don't
With a
see this
3 APL
moving
model,
here.
that's just how you do it.
And we're just
Oh,
looking
he's
for
trying to
hand.
blame blast the. Yes, he's going for the marksman.
Yeah, the marksman just seeing that hand between the thing here. He's not visible, so he's not getting counteract shot off.
Yep,
Um,
I see that. That is the cheeky angle.
that is quite cheeky. Moving up 6. What might we be doing? We're trying to see if we can see the injured operative, which we certainly can. So with a
Yeah,
move
he
of
can see him from
6,
anywhere.
yeah. What do you think you're taking here between both of these operatives? Which
I
one are
think
we
he goes
taking?
for the minus APL and damage on the Reaver because that could potentially just kill him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially with the trooper behind or the commsman behind the barricade, he can just walk up and shoot him.
Yep. And
Yeah,
here we
he's minus
go.
APL and brain blasting.
So this is really important. Does we? Nope. Only
Oh,
2 damage. Only 2 damage. And now
wow.
we have to move the bar
And
up a little more here.
yeah, that puts it easily at 60-40 in Fior's favor still because now if he loses initiative, both of his Magus and the trooper are going to die next turn.
Now we still have what do you call it? Plasma shot that can go obscured into this operative, right? So there is that, but
And the commsman and the commander. Oh,
yeah,
the commander has not activated.
Commander has
So
not
those are going to be the
activated.
remaining activations because there's no counteract shots there.
But we want to keep the Commsman to score, is what Fior was looking at. And so he has to decide here, I'm still winning. Here's the thing. Even after all these dice, even after all of this, Fior is still in a winning position. And you have to ask yourself, do I start mission actioning and playing passive? Or do I
Yeah,
push, kill this fourth Marine, and seal the game?
that's
And
what he's looking at right now is points. So he should be at 2 on the kill grade for both of them right now
okay, yeah, 2 and 2.
because
And
it's 5 operatives for 2 on a 12 operative team.
and for security, he may be looking at, am I going to, like, if it's take ground or secure center, he can be looking at, if I'm not moving up and I'm doing damage right now, I may not be scoring tack up.
Yeah, the commander, I think, or the commsman are going to be in the secure center position. Honestly, if it were me, I'd be trying to remove that Reaver and taking 1 point on my tack op because chances are he's playing the crit op or the kill op as his primary in this matchup. I would be shocked if he wasn't. There's no reason to play the TAC op as a Horde player. It's swingy to play it, where you can just win on the crit op if it's the right mission.
Yeah. Throwing a smoke.
And
to ignore the piercing of the plasma.
Yep. So now the commsman's definitely going for that shot, or the commander, while the commsman takes secure center. I'm hoping that he's playing secure center.
And here's the crazy part. He may be able to both take obscuring and cover now. Right? If you have to go from... So the math actually just got incredibly hard. Yeah, and now with that counteract, Fior seems to have decided, okay, we're going to mostly play the mission. We're going... And so this brings us... Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I can go in all at 40-60, but I mean, we're probably 30%.
He's definitely playing take ground. Yep.
Yeah.
He's going for that. Yeah, that's his take ground.
And this operative has 2 APL, so they have to be able to move within 2 with only 6 inches of movement, but we're measuring more than that.
No, I think he's going for a move dash for next turn.
Interesting.
There's just no way that he's going to be able to score points and do damage at this point.
Yeah, so going for the thing you don't need to roll dice for, which is scoring points, right? If you have to choose between, you know, if it's somewhat even and one option you have to roll dice for and the other one you don't, you do the option where you don't need to roll the dice.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is a surprising move, at least to me.
With only 2 APL, there's only 1 potential kill on the board for that Reaver.
That's true. And now we're probably taking a shot, right? I mean, like, it's free is free. This isn't great odds, but we get a good roll.
He just wants to be not visible to the marksman. That's the big one.
Yep. Which should be definitely doable. Yep, not visible to the marksman. And so we're taking the shot. It will be obscured, possibly with cover.
I don't think it's covered, because if he had cover, he might have been charge target. We'll see, though.
Nothing happens here. That's for sure.
Yeah. Generated some crossfire tokens.
Okay.
He should be at 2 right now, though.
Okay.
But I think that was just a mistake.
So assuming, and we say, yeah, we reveal take ground to score 1 here on TAC op for the Brood Brothers player.
The window is not traversable. I wonder if it's a bar, like a window.
Yeah, it depends. I know in WTC it is not barred, but I do not know for this league if they chose to have it barred or not. We have a game on our hands. This is all. This is all of a sudden has really swung around. Fine.
Let's just guess that it's secure for the... I mean, I would assume it's 2-1 for the crit op right now.
Yeah, Phobos at 1. And
most of the missions scoring-wise, it should be 2-1, unless there's something that happens at the end of the game.
Tied on kill up, tied on tack up, crit op, the only one. Now, there's still a giant activation advantage, but that can start to get erased relatively quickly now that we have our lower operative. Oh my goodness, a 6.
Apparently, he got 2 for take ground on that building.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah, okay. If you look, Fior gave himself 4 points that turn.
All right, 2 on tack op. You don't want to see it. And then we have initiative for our Brood Brothers player. We have to move the bar back. The bar's moving back. Yep. We have to,
not by much, but it is moving.
Yeah, best we could say is 30% for our Phobos player, but I think that's a little generous here.
Yeah, I think that he's going to try and get his Magus into a safe position, probably block that door with the Trooper.
Possibly.
Generating a crossfire with the commander, and then probably another one with the equipment onto the Reaver. Yep. So people know you have to be visible for the equipment one. The commander just puts one on somebody.
And so Boxbreaker is done here. So Brood Brothers can elect to shoot any operative, including that plasma, that might be able to get within 2. And
Well, now he's got Ruthless available because he has a CP.
that's true. Oh my gosh, 1 CP for Fior, and I believe 2 CP for the Phobos player.
I think he
My
specifically put himself outside of 2 though with the commander.
with the commander, yes. I'm thinking to activate the. Oh no, okay. And we're flipping back. What is a crit, my friend?
Loot
Loot. It is. Okay, it must be.
or transmission because he stayed on the objective with the mine layer.
Oh, that is true. Yeah. Okay. Most likely transmission then. Oh, yeah.
Maybe we place too much kill team. I'm not sure. I'm not admitting to anything.
What's too much kill team? Is that like? I don't understand. I don't understand the
I
statement.
did hear it once. There was a guy who had recently been laid off, and he played like 100 games in a week on TTS.
Okay, that's probably
That's
too
too
much kill
much kill
team.
team.
Oh my goodness. That's not possible. If a game takes 2 hours, there's not 200 hours in a week.
He just 100 games, and he started throwing probably on turn 2. Like, okay, wash it. You know what I mean?
My goodness.
Or he's lying. I hope that he's not, because that's an awesome story to just say
Now,
I play that much.
there's certainly no way Fior gave. Okay, so now we're just looking at activations. So here's the thing: Fine has 2 CP. One must be no injury. So Fine has 1 CP. I mean, hasn't spent it
Yes.
yet, but almost certainly 1 CP. Uh, I don't know here. I mean, what if does the yeah? I was about to say, does the Magnus have a shooting profile?
Yes, but it's terrible if I
But he
remember
has a
correctly.
crack grenade. Is he thinking about either shooting or crack grenading for a possible 2v1 or 2-for-1? Because the 2-for-1 is just backbreaking. It's completely
I
okay. So
don't think the two
he
for
is
one is
brain
possible.
blasting. Here we go. He's brain blasting. This is how we're starting. We do 2 damage. We do.
Oh
Oh, it's over.
no, that's within 6.
Within 6. Yep. Okay. Oh, and how do we spend the third APL here? I don't know. Okay, we move. We do something.
I think he just doesn't do anything.
All right. What are we doing with the Magus? Or sorry, the
If he
Magus.
charges, he's just gonna get down, Mr. President.
Why? I just fight you. Like, we don't even need to get down. This guy has a power weapon. Whatever. Just hit me for a little on the way out. See if I care. I'm not sure.
It's funnier that way
Yeah.
because then you have it for the second fight.
Well, 1 crack grenade. So now there are 2 Space Marines, and 2 Space Marines is not where you want to be.
Yeah, that's gonna put him at 3 on the kill op now.
3 for our Brood Brother player on the right of the screen. And
I think it's gonna be 80-20 now.
yeah,
That
fair.
slider just got a lot. That was just a really good blend because the marksman was the one producing the most amount of agency on the board.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you go here. Yeah, you double shoot. You just try to double shoot here and take out the Magus. I like it's kind of sucks to remove an expended operative, but I don't know.
Stay in the mine so that way you can't be charged.
Yeah. I mean,
And you're
maybe
on
you
the
shoot the
objective.
2 ready operatives here. You shoot the grenadier and the leader, not the Magus. That way they're less ready operatives. I don't know.
Yeah, you have to shoot the grenadier first because he's going to make you shoot the grenadier first.
Oh, now thinking about, yeah, interesting. Thinking about charge. Do we have the charge here? I don't know.
They ignore injury, and it's only a 2-inch climb. So it's a 7-inch charge.
We can't charge the plasma, but then what is the or sorry, charge the was this the CP?
And you can't shoot the commander where he's at because you stayed outside of 2 and he's on conceal.
Yeah, brutal.
And you only have 2 APL. So
you only have 2 APL. My gosh.
So he's probably going for the charge, stay not visible to the plasma, and then tap on a counteract. Or shoot and tap on a counteract. I think you go for the charge, though.
You have to be killing. Yeah, charge, fight, free. I hate it, I will say, for what it's worth. Don't like any of what we just said, but I think it might be what you have to do.
I don't think there's a position that he can be safe and hidden from the plasma because the commander just charges you and he is a power weapon.
Ugh.
I think he's going to try to get within 2 and take the risk on the plasma. He'll be able to tap for free.
Could tap or beacon. Beacon might be the way
Yeah,
to go.
for sure. If his primary is beacon, he beacons.
And this is how you could know as an opponent right now, because this, you never know. The match could come back into even. You need to stay present in your game, even as Fior. You need to see how he's sequencing his mission play here, because it'll tell you exactly what he's hoping to do. Well, Fior rolls a crit. Hate to see that if you're a crit and a hit on just a mook. And
Well,
then,
he's got 1 CP, so he's probably going to double resolve.
yeah. And he has taken deadly shots. Okay, interesting. So, yeah, he's probably at 1 CP here. I think he's at 1.
I think that was a mistake to be in that position. I'd rather take the risk on the plasma than the commander, because the commander can charge right over that wall.
Yeah, I don't know. Darn if you do, darn if you don't a little bit.
Uh-huh. Too bad he didn't have guerrilla warfare. But he only had 2 APL, so it doesn't matter.
All right. Well,
Yep, and he plants a beacon for
plants
free.
beacon. Okay, so we know, like, so Fior, this means a lot. You know, we cannot overstate how important it is to know exactly the game plan of your opponent, even this far into the match. We know that it must be any sane person, any rational actor. We know that plant beacon tac op is the crit op here, or the primary.
Yeah. So that means that Fine has 2 on the tac op now. He's also up to 3 on the kill op because there are 5 Brood Brothers left alive on the table.
And we just move here to protect the Magus for free.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, and taps the objective. So taps the objective, moves off. I'm gonna say loot.
Or the comms moves on it.
Yeah, possible. Moves
Going
here.
for the charge
okay.
shot. Or
Archer
double shoot.
ready operative?
I think you go for the double shoot here because you have deadly shots.
Yeah. Almost certainly, because you're not a Reaver, so yeah, almost certainly.
He's trying to see if the comms can get a shot on him, or the plasma. If it's obscured or not.
I think that will be a valid shot, but let's see.
Yeah, he's checking from his angle, so he's probably able to see it very clearly.
And I suppose you threaten a triple kill here with an Overwatch. Or sorry, with a counteract.
Yeah, if that grenade launcher whiffs. I mean, even if the grenade launcher does well, on 4-ups, I don't think there's a chance that you're killing a 12 health Space Marine.
And you can only look out Sir the Magus. So there's if
Correct.
he targets the grenade launcher, then that's what's going to happen.
I would do that, honestly, because then you can counteract and shoot the Magus. The chances of him not getting the kill... why not just take the shot through the window, though? I guess
plant
maybe...
Yeah. But that plant beacon that's not a valid placement for plant, so I'm not sure. Maybe for next turn.
No. I don't understand why you go
take
out.
Ground, possibly, to deny take ground.
He can do that from inside.
Fair.
Maybe it's to threaten the counteract shot into the commander. Or, oh, he's going for the commander and the grenadier. That's what he's doing. He's trying to remove ready operatives.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. Yeah, that could be quite good, honestly.
Yeah, because then he'll be able to get the counteract into the veteran, remove him. That could be a triple kill right there.
I mean, I will say, if he kills 2 ready operatives here, this brings it back to 40-60 or something?
Easily.
This is a big swing. A very big swing, because if the melt-a-shot fails to go off, you get the triple kill, you're actually maybe winning.
Well done, Fine, for seeing these angles.
Yep.
What a champion.
And this might just be a little bit of an overcommit here from Fior, you know, just like trying to chase down that last. What a incredible turn of events it would be if we see the Phobos player take this out somehow.
Yeah, I don't think there's an angle where he gets the plant. That's what he really wants because it's the primary.
Yeah.
It's got to be loot. If it's not loot, he stays back and he controls that objective to get the 4-point swing or potential 4-point swing. This is why you don't take plant beacons as your primary. Personally, plant beacons is great. It's consistent. I just don't think you all in on plant beacons because when you're down, it forces you to completely abandon the primary or the crit up. Just take the points from plant beacon and go for something else.
And this operative does not ignore obscuring, right?
The mine layer, I think he's an incursor.
Oh,
So he might.
Okay, so we're okay. Any dice here that are off average can be quite bad for the Phobos player, but that is what you want to see. All
Yeah,
right.
he's an incursor, so I believe he does ignore obscuring.
Changing the bar in real time here. Now, this next attack is the kind of stuff it comes down to here. I will say he chooses not to shoot the ready operative. That's trying to go for the Magus for extra damage later. That is a real interesting one.
Oh no, he doesn't have any of those abilities as the mine layer.
And let's see the shot. 2 misses. We roll 1. Okay, 3 hits. I believe this is
With saturate.
1 save. Is that enough?
That's
I believe
6
that leaves him
damage.
at 1. Oh man.
That's the
Okay.
worst.
On 3?
No, he. Yeah, I don't understand.
Maybe
that
the
one.
veteran saves on 4s. Maybe the veteran is just a little better. 2, yeah, okay. Just need 1 hit here, and this pretty much ends the game.
Nope,
y'all.
the veteran saves on 5s.
Yeah, I'm not sure here what happens.
And he's got the commander does have lethal 5s and 6 damage,
Sure.
so that just
roll
kills him.
2 6s. And the little flash of orange is gone. Fior doing a great job to keep his opponent down. That is 1 Space Marine remaining, if I have my math here right. And just like that, almost all the hopes are dashed of this Marine player with 5 operatives to 1 operative remaining. That's pretty much the ball game here, huh?
Yeah. Initiative won't even matter next turn. With the veteran living, it's so bad. Counteract shot into the veteran. He's going to remove him.
Deciding if he wants to use
Deadly
any
shots
of his
does
CP.
not work on a counteract.
During an
It is
activation.
during an activation. Yep.
Okay.
Same way for Angels of Death
3 hits.
with their siege specialist
And let's
or
see
sharpshooter.
looking for a crazy save here to live. Probably not happening.
No, that's
Needs
3
3
hits.
saves. Yeah, needs 3 saves.
And he saves on 5s.
And is on 1 wound now that I see. So yeah, we did -6. Let's see it. Will there be any insult to this injury? Oh wait,
Yeah, if he
re-rolling
makes
with
this,
his CP. Okay, there we go.
and he's dead.
You know what? Fair. And rolls it. Yeah, okay. Fine. Didn't need to, but sometimes you need to confirm that kill. All right, 4 operatives remaining. No counteracts, more importantly, for our Space Marine player. And we are just cleaning up the board here. So it looks like
that's
it is
still
loot.
kill grade 3 for the Brood or for Fine right now because he needs to kill 2 more
4?
operatives.
Kill grade
4 is 10.
Dang.
That's why you don't do it against hordes.
Crit up
Fine
here
is going to get to go
4?
first.
I
Yeah,
think
it should be
crit
4
ops
to 1.
1. Attack op 4 to 2.
It is loot because he left that objective to double shoot.
Well, okay.
And with Fior having initiative, the game is his.
Oh wow, did he roll initiative? I was updating the board.
Or no, Fine got it. Fine got it. They both rolled once.
But regardless, I'll say regardless, I don't think we're coming back from that. We would need to find a double kill. I don't think so. We just charge the other operative here behind the wall. Then
There's nothing to do here. He's down 6 points. There's literally no way that he can make up 6 points right now.
Yeah, so it's just how much will you lose by fighting for it? You know, that's pretty much it. But
hate to see it.
A good game, man. I will say that was some great Phobos play after kind of like a crazy 3-for-1 AP1 blast. That would be game ending for a lot of people, and Fine was in it for turn 3, which is somewhat ridiculous. That is Phobos in the hands of a very skilled player.
Yeah,
Sometimes he
huge
missed
shout
some
out.
things, but like the fact that you can pilot it, keep it that close, keep it within what, 2, 3 rolls to bring it back from that crazy
Unbelievably
blast.
good play.
Yeah,
Yeah. To be able to lose your leader on turn 1,
yeah,
have 3 operatives down APL,
yeah,
and still we were saying it was 60-40 at one point during turn 2.
yeah, absolutely.
That is crazy.
Yeah, really, really great play. And we're just spending CP here. I'm not sure if I'm going to track it, but like, everyone. I think they started the turn with 2 CP each as for going second.
Yeah,
But
he's
I think,
burning both
yeah,
CP.
just to see if he can live. But no, his leader.
His leader lives on 1.
Oh, lives on 1. Great. And then we have a double shot. Which you could think of almost like a stun here, to be perfectly honest. Oh no, does the
The piercing
Q?
shots.
Yeah, yeah. There's a firefight ploy to do D3 extra damage. I think that's
Oop. It
probably
doesn't
enough.
matter what he rolls, he dies.
Yeah. But still need one
Uh,
more.
yeah, that should be 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he is at 4 on the kill grade now.
Okay. At 4. Phobos. Oh, oops. Phobos at 4 on the kill grade.
Yeah, there's 1 operative left alive for the Brood Brothers right now. Or
Oh,
2,
two,
sorry,
two.
2.
Yeah, yeah, two. Oh, thank you. Okay.
Super close game. Came down to how turn 3 went. If that mine layer hadn't a whiffed on the veteran, I think this would have been a potential win for him.
Yeah.
Then he wouldn't have had to use the counteract to remove the veteran. He could have planted a beacon. Yeah.
Now, why are we. Oh, we're seeing if we can use a CP. Oh, and we can. Oh, okay,
Yep.
fine.
Insidious loot still gets 1 point from takedown, or
All
2
right.
points because it's worth 2.
And I think we'll pretty much end it there. I think the final, I think it's like, what, 6
20 to
reveals?
2, 4,
Tack op
5.
and tack op. 1 second. So crit for
20 to
Brood
9
Brothers
before
goes.
primaries. Or
Yeah,
sorry, 20 to 11.
and then kill 4. Crit op
No,
stays at
20 to
2.
10.
Yeah, tack op goes to 3, I think. Yeah.
Oh no, it is 11. It is 11.
And
Yep.
then with the extra. Well, a good game. A close,
Yeah, he didn't give himself
surprising.
the.
Mhm.
No, there's no extra point. It's 19 to 11.
Okay. Dang. Yeah. Well, thanks Fior for letting us practice on this game. It was a blast, Sean. I thought that was pretty fun.
Yeah,
Quite a few Brew Brother rules, it turns out.
yeah. Brood Brothers are one of those teams that I've always kept in the back pocket. They're really fun to play against and as. It keeps you on your toes as a player. But that was just some amazing piloting from Fior, amazing activation priority ordering. He knew when to press the gas, and we were pretty much predicting exactly what the risks were, and he was playing like he could hear us. It was crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. In the end, Brood Brothers take it over Phobos, playing loot on this map. Well, thank you, Sean. That was a great one. I think we'll leave everyone here. If you were going to top line what someone watching this just now, what should they take away from this to maybe improve their own play? What are some of the top plays from both players and the way they were playing?
Definitely the top play was that Sapper on turn 1. He set up every single position, played around the track target, knew exactly how it was going to go, and was able to basically cripple Fine having a shot in this matchup. And that just shows that Fior has played against Phobos a lot and knew exactly what his win condition was.
Absolutely. And I will just say, sometimes moving 5 inches forward is 2 inches too many. You really have to be careful. Turning point 1 is all about cautious play, and any player can be punished for it. So, um, But both great players, a lot of playing by intent. I think we saw them clarify what was happening at every point. It's something we should all hope to do. A pleasure watching both these players play.
Yeah, great game. Well done.
All right, see you all. And maybe the next time you hear me and Sean's voice, we'll be telling you about a different game. All right, see ya.